I'm not sure how to do this. Oh my god. Okay, so it seems like it's streaming and everything, but hi, yeah, your right now I think there is some delay in my stream right here, so I'm not sure, but this is my first time streaming and I'm not. Hi, yeah, wow, we have a bit delay. Yeah, I know there is a delay, and because it's set at this low latency right here. I don't think my my laptop can support ultra low for now. I'm not sure. I never really tried it. It's at least like 10 seconds. Wow. Okay, that is really okay. That's a lot. Like at least 10 seconds, huh? Do I still want to try ultra low, ultra low latency? Like so, just so that yeah, just so we don't. Okay, it's fine. Yeah. So I'm not sure if I can try ultra low latency. Thank you for letting me know. But maybe I'll try it next time. I don't know when it's going to be the next time, but is it loud? My voice is loud enough, and the quality is okay and everything, right? And can you see the screen right now? The screen right now, I'm in YouTube Studio, and I'm about to click all of these tabs right here. So when I do click until when you see me click all these tabs, and then you confirm with me, okay? So then you see all of the tabs, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this thing right here and back. So can you see everything? You can see everything, okay? Even the VLC, right? Even this video right here. Looks good. Okay, thank you. Taking 10 seconds to give me to respond. Yeah, great. So and the next thing is yeah, right now, okay, let's talk more. Okay, let's let more people join, more of us join the stream for now. What about how I wonder how can I, like, when I was this I'm going to discuss about all of these these cards, fast cards. I wonder how can I read the live chat. So in case you have, like, maybe you have some questions you want to ask, or you want to suggest something or anything, or even if you want to just want to interact with me, okay, like, send it in this chat. Or I know it's a 10-second delay, but I could yeah, the first stream. This is my first stream anyway, so I don't expect much, but I just hope that at least I can, like, still read the live chat when when I'm showing all these infos, when I'm talking about those. Is Nico and Rin too good? Wait. I'll discuss. Yeah, calm down. It's fine. I know. Yeah, I can say I'm kind of nervous right now because it's my first time streaming on YouTube. In fact, it's, I don't know. This is different from when I stream on Mirative. I guess that I feel like this I streaming in this place. It's there's gonna be a larger audience. in my opinion. So it kind of feels different. But and anyway, if I can hey, hi Nashi Drapnir, and hi also hi everyone. Like right now I think my viewers are small enough so I can say hello to every one of you. So hello Shadow Victory, hello Unabella, hello Shendol, and hello Courtney, hello Aya, and hello Jose, or is it another language like Spanish or so Jose or something? I don't know. Jose, I hello hello Q, yeah, Q, hello Shadow Victory, yeah, I already said hello to you. Um, spend hard on Aqua, yeah. I mean, Kanan it herself is already a good enough reason that to spark on. So maybe hi, it's me, Mario. Yeah, and hello, Kasumi. Hello, Kasumi. That feels weird. Hello, Kasumi. Um. Yeah. I want to look at the live chat. So maybe I can use it like look at the live chat on my phone, but I'm not sure how can I access my own stream myself. So oh um okay, so right now okay, I think I'll do this. So from the looks of it, the quality of the stream, is the quality of the stream okay? Like I mean is it like the resolution, is it too low? Because I mean on my phone it's very low. Maybe it's just my Wi-Fi, but I just want to make sure the resolution of the stream right now. Like is it, can you watch it in, I can only watch it in a low resolution right now because my Wi-Fi is very busy, but can you watch it in your quality is good? Okay. Okay, great. Hey, actually, now that I see it, okay. So right now, I am looking at my own stream through my phone, and what I realize is the live chat, that if I were to watch my own stream on my phone, and right now like I'm streaming on my laptop, and but if I watch the stream on my phone, the live chat, it actually has maybe no delay or shorter delays, because like the live chat, what you guys typed inside my phone, appears faster inside my phone than right now on my laptop. So because like my laptop is, I'm streaming on my laptop and there's this 10-second delay on it, but for some reason the delay is shorter or maybe no delay in my phone. I'm using my phone to watch my own stream. I mean, so that's great. That's even better actually. We already found a solution. So I just need to watch my own stream on my phone and I get to interact with all of you on my phone. So I also want to test one more thing. So right now I'm gonna on chat with you guys using the chat function, but I'm gonna type it on my phone. So if you what you guys type has a delay on my laptop but not on my phone, maybe what I type will have a shorter delay to you all too on the phone. What I type on the phone. Okay, so anyway, how's the delay? So okay, so okay, okay, let me just tell you what are the 9 seconds. Okay, that's not, it's still, yeah, it's still not a lot. So that, it's just okay, so it's only I can see your live chat faster. It's lower. Okay, great. I mean, it's still an improvement and everything. So um right now, there's like one difference right here. So you see, you guys, it's like you look at the my chat. I type how's the delay, and later I type typing from my phone. So una balas comment, that the emoji comment of cat in the box, on my laptop, it's in between the my comment how's the delay and the comment typing from my phone. But in my phone itself, where there's no delay, my own comment, how's the delay, and typing from my phone, these two comments they are stick together. And then Una Balas's cat in the box emoji follows that. So my phone has like a way shorter delay. I can look at your live chats like faster and maybe respond faster, and hopefully you guys can receive faster too. Looks like one of you says 9 seconds, the other say it's alright, it's slower. Hopefully this helps. Like the entire point of me streaming is that I hope I can interact with you all because I personally don't really enjoy member feature, like when I'm just editing it myself, when I'm doing it alone. But hopefully like yeah, you guys can get doing it with you guys. Hi Yosoro Minako, I know. So where was I? Just now there's a question. Yes, Jose's question. Is Nico version 2 and Rin version 2 good? Okay. So let's go to the fast voltage. Nico. Okay. Nico's version 2. Right now, just a description of her. She is very as you can see, she is very pure attribute. Is there a dark mode? This I don't think there's a dark mode. Anyway, she's a pure attribute focused. Like her entire kit, and her LSA is another dot LSA. So the only thing, like her kit skill set is okay. Her stats are beautiful, like as expected of a voltage type fast scorer. But this kind of skill set is just you can't break cap with it. She's fine. She's a fine pure scorer and everything, and it's just she's bad at breaking cap. So when it comes to like breaking caps, there are only two skills that you want. So one of the skill is this VO plus voltage boost, and the other skill you want is this SP gauge fill. Sometimes if there's no SP gauge fill, this SP gauge gain boost will be used like as a slightly more inferior option. But no, there's only either you focus on this thing, voltage plus. It is exactly what makes this fast Setsuna and fast Kanan so strong, and other fast card of the similar type so strong. Or you focus on SP gauge with using these two skills. So Nico Fast, sorry, yeah, Nico Fast 2 at limit break 0, or in the occasion where you don't cap. So let's say in a okay, Aozora Jumping Heart, that's right. Aozora Jumping Heart has expert song. Okay, this one advanced plus. So in the situation where you are not capping, so because in advanced plus there's a 150k the voltage cap, she is gonna do very well because she has lots of she has lots of ways to, I mean not really, these two ways to boost the function of your team. Hi Karin Himawari, and right now it's okay. Where was I? Okay, yeah. So these two skills, they can boost the function of your team very well. I mean, provided that you stick to pure, of course. It's like voltage gain boost, even though it's like a slightly inferior version to this pure boost. Oops. To this, yeah, a pure boost right here. Yeah, it's still really fine. It's really fine when like when under the condition that it's not capped. Okay, so I mean, so what does that mean? I mean, the more important point is how does it affect the how you like to see the card. So when we like and when I like analyze a card, it's always important that you analyze it at the potential when it's at limit break 0, or actually in the condition when it's not capped, uncapped, and when in the condition when it's limit break 5 and you are playing in a, let's say, advanced levels difficulty song where there's a capping, voltage capping. There are two different scenarios you need to consider. So in the occasion where it's limit break 0 and when it's not capped, or let's say you are playing, or even at limit break 5 but you are playing at advanced plus, this Nico is gonna be very, very, very good. Okay, she's gonna be very, very strong at helping you score. But if it's at limit break 5 and you're playing at advanced, no, she has problem. She's gonna lose out on another scorer of a lower appeal, like let's say a gosh, you are, hold on, yes, let's say this one, this Mystic Fairy right here. Even though Ayumu is a normal gacha card, she has one less fast insight. It's just because this voltage boost right here that she can overcome the voltage cap, and therefore she's a better scorer in advanced song at max limit break, like in the case that where at max, the stats of a max limit break where voltage cap is a problem. So final conclusion, unless you are really, really, really lacking on pure scorers, I wouldn't really suggest you to scout this card. Or usually you get this card along with usually you're gonna get this card along with you're most likely gonna get this card along with Yo because she's in the same banner right here. But it's just no, I don't reckon she's not like she is good and all. If you get her, great, but if you don't get her, it's fine. Either you get her just to when along with like Yo 2, or you get her when you don't like when you're a new player, and you really don't have a single pure scorer right here. Oh my god, it's already 15. It's already 15 minutes, and anyway, let's just hurry up on this Rin 2. Okay, this Rin 2, I already talked about this Rin 2 in a post yesterday, but I'm gonna say, but somebody asked again, so I'm gonna say it again today. So the best card to compare with her with is definitely with Fast, especially definitely Fast Setsuna. Okay, right here. So this card has 138814 appeal, and Setsuna has 139091. That's only their appeal is only like a 100 difference, but their crit rate is it's like a huge amount of difference. This is 12,000, but her technique is only 9,000. Okay, so that that accounts for like almost a 6% crit rate difference, and you just want as much crit rate as possible on scorer like this, especially in the scenario where you are capping. So if it just makes you cap more often, it just makes scoring more stable. And let's say in an advanced plus in an expert zone, I mean it's okay, that's pretty self-explanatory. So better crit rate and everything. Why am I talking about that? Anyway, and their skill is basically the same. The passive is okay. The difference is this one is affects natural. The other one, the Setsuna's affect a strategy. And oh boy, this natural. I mean, if you can use like a 3 natural frontline strategy, I mean that would be great and all because it affects everyone. But even if you don't like affect like all three of your front line with her, there's still her active is still like a very strong one. Okay, because active, this kind of live show active and these kind of skills, they are kind of calculated differently from um, the individuality. So how do I how do I say that? So it's like active is calculated after everything else is considered, like in your team. But this passive right here is calculated before, like in the team formation screen. Okay, okay. So when you're, let's say when you're looking at a team right here. Okay, okay. So right now, let's say if you're building a team, and this is the current stat you see in this place. It's what we call the formation appeal, or you don't need to remember that. Just you can think of it as just okay. The stats I see when I was building my team, the stats I see right here. Okay, so these stats we see right here, the passive and the passive of every single one of them, and the total of the accessories they are counted in this part. After everything, the passive and the accessories, everything is added in this part, and the passive and insights from the from your guest, and then finally this active will be accounted. So it's like, let's say okay, 27782. Okay, this Setuna's appeal. So calculator 27782. So 27782, it when if you add like how much do you think I should add? Maybe 27782 okay, okay, 27782. I maybe add times another 1.15. So let's say if I use fast Mari as a guest, and her live show active doesn't activate. So she has 1.1, she gives 1.15, another 1.15 boost. Wait, oh no, it doesn't count like that. No. Hold on a second. So okay, okay. I need to get this right with you, because this is really complicated to explain this whole thing. So okay, okay. Ignore what I said before. I just put it very simply. 139901 is Setuna's original stat. So let's say if you add a 7% of passive 7% to her appeal. So 13901 times 1.07 equals this. Okay, 148874. But let's say if you add, let's say Rin's passive will affect Setuna. Let's say it actually affects Setuna. The calculation for that is actually plus 1.052. Wait. Yeah. What am I thinking anyway? So, oh wait. 7 plus 0.52. Yeah. So it's like it's like this thing. This is a Setuna's original appeal, and you need to this 5.2%. Okay, it is multiplied by Setuna's base appeal. So remember, Setuna's appeal was like 14,000 or something after she added her passive. So instead of this, the passive from Rin, it's going to multiply this thing. it's going to multiply the original appeal. And this is getting really, really complicated. So okay, fine. I'm sorry. Ignore all of that. So I just want you to know this actually is yeah 0.052. Oh, thank you. But this is getting really complicated. Okay, and I don't want to confuse all of you and everything. I really wasted your time right there. Oh my god. Just know this active right here is like way stronger than this passive you see in this right here. So this active has a high chance of outperforming this same strategy passive in this place. Because active is considered at the final step of the calculation. So how strong is she? She is stronger, slightly stronger than Setsuna at scoring, but she is weaker than Kanan. So she's like in between, and she's definitely the card you want to draw. Oh my god, I used a lot of time in that. Anyway, but yeah, thanks. Oh, just reviewing the new cards. Just reviewing new cards. No. It's not just High Tyrone. It's not just reviewing the new cards. I kind of I kind of go like somebody asked about the new cards and I try to explain to them, but in the end I couldn't sort everything out myself. So like how exactly is the Rin number Rin this Rin stronger than Facets now? Yeah, this is what happens. It's like I can't talk it out. I can't really explain everything like in impromptu way. I guess this is a part of learning and everything. Whew. But anyway, I just let's get back to the active ability is okay. Somebody said the active ability is calculated after all other calculation and is calculated on top of the amount and not on the base appeal, right? Yes, I think you understand what I mean, Shadow Victory. Yes, it's exactly because of that. Active ability is calculated after all calculations. So all of these same strategy, all of these 5.2%, they are multiplied by 139090901. So it's like 13901 times 7%. Wait, 13901 times. I want to put it in this way. Yeah. So it's like this. So the first Setsuna's boost, she gave a 973. But if it's like, let's say, this active right here, we take the appeal that is shown here. So 27782. This is like already like a whole lot. It suddenly bolted up because we use the appeal that is used right here. And this thing affects not only just her, but also this guy, also the entire and the everyone actually. So let's say your entire strategy. So a single 27782 times, yeah, it gives like it gives almost close to this 669, almost close to the 900 that the Setsuna's passive give. Even though like in the numerical, like looking at it in the number ways of numbers, this is 2.5% is like 2.5 times low or something lower than this one there, because their calculations is completely different. That this active is most likely gonna outperform this passive right here. And that is like really complicated. I was hoping to make a video about this to explain it. Like it's not that simple, but hopefully I can make make it in a shorter and a more concise and clearer explanation. But anyway, right now the focus of this stream right here, I already took half an hour just to explain all of this, or maybe 15 minutes or something. It's to talk about this Muse set. In the future, will this fast scouting appear again? Yes. I mean, it's always. Wait. Alpha. Did you mean like the Muse Aqua set, Aqua's box itself, or it's just the cards? Because if it's like just the card themselves, they will appear in every single box, just not with a rate up. Okay. We don't know if like Aqua Muse and Aqua rate up box is gonna reappear. You mean the first rotation card? I mean it's all of the fast cards. It's always available in every fast banner. It's just that there's no rate up. Yeah, and it's harder to draw them. It's just harder to draw them. Yeah. I hope that answers your question. So really let's get into this one. So I tried for Aqua Fastball. Okay. Rate up is a lie. Yeah, rate up is a lie for sure for a lot of us. So the best thing we can do is to save for Spark. Anyway, this first card, Honoka. It's a pretty straightforward scorer. Like 12,000 appeal. It's a little bit lower compared to what all the big numbers we see as a 13k. But it was her skill set. Her skill set is really good. Skill set. First up, appeal plus same strategy. Number one, it affects the same strategy, so it means that higher scaling. Nope, it's actually the same scaling. But anyway, this thing affects the same strategy. So if it affects same strategy, then it's gonna give a higher percentage than if the skill affects like everyone. And number two, her appeal is she also got the best passive in the game. It's only her active. That's the dot. It's a dot active. It's a bad LSA. So this is a pretty straightforward scorer. She can fit in every single team because she can affect everyone. Unlike a lot of the others fast card right here. Unlike a lot of the fast cards, yeah, let's say like Shioriko. Shioriko only affects Nijigaku, and let's say no, not Chika, sorry. Yeah, the Nico fast 2 I show right now only affects Pure. So it's like having a very versatile skill set is one of Honoka's good part about her, and it also makes her like very new player friendly, even more new player friendly than like let's say Fast Shioriko. Because with Fast Shioriko, it requires you to use a full Nijigaku team for her to work, and it's more likely that maybe if they draw fast sets now, she will help, but it's more likely that it's very hard for a new player to get like good Nijigaku cards besides fast sets now if they plan properly. So, and another thing is inside this Honoka right here, she also makes a very good expert member for expert voltage ranking. So remember I just now I talked about Nico Fast 2 where her skill, these kind of skill set, they don't break cap. They don't break voltage cap. So that inside a normal situation where in a let's say Soriboku. Inside the normal, let's say if I playing Soriboku Advanced and if I play Soriboku Advanced Plus, yeah, Fast LE2 or Fast. Hold on a second. Let me read the live chat later. So if I let's say play Soriboku at advanced and at advanced plus, both of them are very different. This advanced song, Honoka, if you are going for voltage ranking, and let's say if you have access to in if you're a whale and you have access to lots of the max delivery break stats, this Honoka is not going to be the card you're using. Okay, so even in my level where I kind of brute force everything with Setsuna, and okay, I don't have fast Kanan here, but treat it as fast Kanan. So it's usually in my case where I use a fast Kanan, I use a fast Setsuna, and my third scorer is another card of it's another card that I change depending on the song I play. So usually this third card I use is not good. It's going to be someone who can break the cap, and Honoka is not the one who can do it. But so that's why you see in the whales in the situation of a mega whale, they use all these three cards. Look at their appeal. Only 9,000 appeal, 9,000 appeal, 10,000 appeal, 10,000 appeal again, and none of them have a crit sense, and yet the mega whales they choose to use SP gauge fill just because overcoming cap is just that broken. It's just that good inside the situation where you are capped. So she is like a very good scorer in um in the case of LB0. Let's say you in the case where you're not capped. So if let's say you're using her LB0 hole, she's like one of the best scorers you can get, because when it's not capped, her appeal boost and can function at her full potential, or in the advanced plus, where the cap is like way higher, so she's not limited by that. But in the case of this maximum break, I wouldn't want her as my third member of my team if I'm playing like Soriboku at advanced. This is just a minor flaw of her, and I'm going all the way here to explain to you that in which case you don't want fast Honoka, and this is like a very specific case. It's like you need to have fast Setsuna at max delivery break, and you also have fast Kanan, treat it as fast Kanan as max delivery break, and it is the point where you started throwing away your defender and replace it with another scorer because your team is developed enough to do so. And this is the only time where you don't want fast Honoka. Yeah, so basically, like, let's say you're a dolphin or you're a whale, or else she's just gonna benefit you a lot for sure. I Anyway, the next card. That's for Honoka. Okay, actually, I don't want to follow chronological order. Since I'm talking about Honoka, let's talk next one. I'm going to talk about Shioriko, because she's kind of similar to she's also a small voltage scorer. So let's talk about her. Okay. This Shioriko right here is even more interesting. So she has the same flaw as Fast Nico version 2. Fast Nico 2 I said just now. So number one is her voltage gain. Voltage gain is not as good as her Pew Plus. Number two is her more limited skill set. That only affects Nijigaku, and she also has like a dud LSA, and LSA that doesn't really do much. But due to the pool of cards, due to the pool of cards, the small attribute members have, Shioriko it's kind of interesting that you can mix and match and make Shioriko work in a lot of ways. So it's like, of course, Shioriko is still better, like it's still only like mostly considered by in an advanced plus song, like Storybook, like right now. And in advanced song, you still kind of don't want to use her if you're using like max limit break, if you're like fast as enough, fast Kanan, and you are choosing a third scorer right here. But in the case of an advanced plus, you can kind of mix and match and make her skill set work very well. So if that's because if we look at every other cards within other cards in the small voltage pool, like the small voltage pool is like a lot. It's like very very good. This thing, you see, Shioriko is the first year, and even though Shioriko's skill doesn't affect like this Rin and this Hanayo right here, at least the thing is Hanayo's skill, Rin and Hanayo's skill, they affect first years and they affect Smile. And Shioriko is also a first year and a Smile. This one also affect first year, and Shioriko is a first year. So Shioriko actually doesn't really like she doesn't affect them, but at least Rin and Hanayo can affect Shioriko. So if you happen to have these two cards, you can also pair it with Shioriko because it's still gonna give okay results. But of course, the best ones to pair her with will be these two cards. Because they are Nijigaku, of course, and they not only that they are also voltage boosters right here, and so both of them can break cap. Very good. So it's like this card, this Rina right here, and this Shizuku right here. They are like perfect matches to Shioriko. So yeah, this card, we all know this Chika is not good. And anyway, so if you are starting out, you probably don't have these two cards, but Shioriko can also work okay with these two because these two cards they affect Smile first years and it's Smile first years. She's a first year, and that card is also Smile. And what if, let's say, you get this card? If you have this card and you have Shioriko and this card and this card, you can just choose to use this Rico in the backline. Because this Rico is not Nijigaku. So it's like ideally Shiriko is best paired with this and this. And yet there is also another problem. And the problem is whether you can actually get these two cards to max limit break. And usually if you get this card and this card to max limit break, then you're most likely like a dolphin or a whale. So instead of getting these two to max limit break, you should have focused on getting these SP fillers, because this is ultimately these three cards are the ones who will give you the best results in an advanced song. So in summary, Shioriko, she works quite well with other voltage type, other small voltage type in her pool. So that's really good. And also she if you happen to like draw her and then also draw other small, there's a high chance that if you draw another small voltage type, this Shioriko is gonna work well. But still, getting limited at limit break 0 is getting limited by voltage cap is still a problem. Okay, so don't get your hopes that high up. It's more like if you have her, then make great use of her because she has a lot of flexibility in her pool due to her pool. So wait. So let me look at the chat for a while. On the Aqua Fast boss I use, at least you got to limit break them unless they're already max limit break. Then rip. So okay. So anyway, in conclusion, this Shioriko right here, she has the same flaw as just now the Nico, which is she cannot break cat. And you can try and get her her skill set to work, but it's usually the case where she is never the best choice. She's like never the best choice to go for in a lot of cases. But still, if you get her, like don't get upset. Like her card art is beautiful, and due to the pool of cards, she has a lot of flexibility. So, is there any other small cards in this pool? Huh. I did the paid stat up, and the guaranteed fast UR I got was Radiance on the only fast UR I had MLB, which was Fast Ruby. Oh my god, you got it on Fast Ruby. That was tough. Smiley Angel Nico. Okay, this card. This card. It's like first off, she's at first look she's like a typical healer we can get, but it was her LSA that draws our attention because her LSA, she upon taking 500 damage, it's gonna activate for a lot of times, except it gets limited by this 10% activation chance. We all know 10% is like 1 in 10 is really already not a lot, and it was 5% of her own stamina. So hold on, 14141. 14141 times 1.0, no, 1.05. Actually 5%, yes. It's 707. So 707, even if I like include the buffs, okay? So it's like when you're playing the song, you have your the stamina is definitely higher because like maybe matching attribute bonus or you have accessories on it. So 14141, so let's say her is like, I'll just put her at this much times 5%, and each time she procs is gonna give 900 notes. But the thing is, her activation chance is very low. It's like 10%. So if you want to proc her, you have to tap 10 notes. So let's say you are taking 500 damage per note, taking 10 notes, give you 5,000, and finally after you take 5,000 damage, then finally you get a 900 damage discount. So in the end, you within the length of the 10 note, you will still take 4,100 damage. So this is a lot. 4,100 damage. So even in the case of your one, where are you? Okay, because even in the case of your one, her, if you manage to take like 1,000 damage and recover 20% of own stamina for this scaling, 20% is double the amount of Nico, and this 40% chance is 4 times the activation chance. So let's say in a song where you take 1,000 damage per note, and within the length of the 10 notes, you will take like 10,000 damage without any modifiers and everything. And if you within this 40% chance, she will activate 40% chance is she will activate 2.5 times. Wait, activating 2.5 times. Hold on a second. So I'll just put it. Activate. She'll just activate 2.5 times. So I just multiply the amount she heals by 2.5 times. So 5,304. Maybe if after she receives some buffs, she get like maybe 8,000 at max. 8,000 stamina at max. 20%. This is how much you get. 1,600. And 5 times like 2.5. 4,000. So within the length of this much. Within the length of the 10 nodes, you are still taking 6,000 damage. Even on someone with on a skill with like Yosu skill, where the stamina is way high, the amount the stamina per scaling is way higher, and also this is like 4 times the activation chance. This 4 times the activation chance is huge. Double right here, 40% chance right here is like 8 times. The effectiveness is like 8 times higher, and it's definitely Yo is definitely better if you can get her to proc, even though she has like way low stamina, just because she procs more often and has better effectiveness. So just to make this clear first, Yo, if you can get her to proc, is a better backline healer than Fast Nico. 500 damage. Even though, yeah, just because her effectiveness is like 8 times the effectiveness. But what if we put Fast Nico along with Yo together in one place? So right now we're only taking 6,000 damage, and Fast Nico 1 in 10 chance. So within 10 nodes, she is going to give this much. So plus, I think yours was this. So effectively using Nico along with Yo has decreased the amount of damage you take by 5,000, which is half the amount you will take in a 10 node. Especially from almost 1k damage song. So, but I want you to know that just now, this 5,000 damage, Yo single-handedly contributed this much, and Nico only contributed 900. So can you see how much of the difference they give? They give in terms of how much backline healing they have. So Nico's backline, this LSA backline healing, is only more like a final support you put when you are using. If let's say if you're only using your one as your backline, your heal, and you're not using any frontline heal at all, she's only gonna give like a little bit from her LSA and maybe a good amount of stamina from naturally, or maybe through her passive also. But this passive, what are the chances you're gonna use more God type in your team anyway, other than the Yo one? Hi, hello Miguel. So I'll just show actually to demonstrate what I just said. Let me show you the example I have in my Margaret, in the song Margaret. So in the form Margaret. So this was my team. I remember I showed this in my Margaret gameplay, and when I look back to this, I wasn't really satisfied with this gameplay I showed back in my song guide, because this I was trying to utilize Yo one and Nico one right here, but in the end when I need to close the volume just so I don't get copyright. So as you can see, how much do you look at how much damage I'm taking, and it hurts a lot. And I want you to look at how much stamina. I'll just skip forward a bit. Yeah. Okay, look at how much my stamina decays. at the end of this. Look, see, in the case where I'm not using any frontline heal within this short length of the notes right here. Okay, you see my stamina is already in yellow already, and it's because the reason why I don't like this one I show with Margaret, because like it gives like a false hope that, oh, Yo one and Nico Fast, sorry, are good backline healers that you can pair together in like 1k damage song, and you're fine to go. You're good to go. But that's not the case. The thing is, in my song guide, it kind of looks like I have like I managed my stamina. My stamina is always at the peak, but it's because of Margaret's the healing, the amount of healing Margaret gives. So it's like after this, the thing is, like, I look at this after this a few chance right here. I look at how fast my stamina decays. I was like, oh my god, no. Year one and Festico, they are not good. So in the end, I ended in yellow stamina, because like with it, even after this AC, can you see how short? Yeah, like you look at this top right corner, you can see how short the duration is. Within this duration, I dropped to yellow stamina with Yo and Nico when I have 6 god types, six like stamina, one two when I four high stamina members in my team. So I this is a long talk, but my point is, don't try and expect too much from this thing, and even yours backline healing. They can only do so much, because like within, like just now I just say, within they're taking in a 10k damage song, you are going to take 5k damage. So this 5k damage, you have to need to have another way of dealing with this 5k damage also. It's usually that the case where you use a Yo one and a Festico in the back line, and then in the front line you have to use another defender also. So maybe you usually like front line this Nico Fast and Yo. Yeah, you just put Yo in the front line, and then you maybe put Nico Fast in the back line in the song Kawarayasuki. Yeah, in the song Kawarayasuki, you just put Yo in the front line and Nico Fast in the back line, and they will heal like properly. The thing is, you are still using Yo. You still need to use Yo in the front line. You still need to use Yo in the front line. You can't just put her and Nico Fast in the back line and expect they would do everything. You can't it's their power is not enough for you to just simply use a 3 scorer build blindly in a 1k damage or higher song. But they will certainly allow you make your life a lot easier. But don't expect too much. Don't overestimate them, and use no defender in your front line. Or unless if the song like heals you or something, because in Margaret in the example and I just showed just now, like this Koryasuki, the song heals you like 15% max stamina. This god type units gain 20% extra skill activation chance, restore 5,000 points of stamina for each god type unit in the formation. So remember, if you use Fast Nico, where is it? If you use Fast Nico, make sure you have another source of healing. It heavily reduces the amount of damage you take, but you still need to deal with the remaining damage. Except if your one RNG are godly. yeah, RNG is definitely another way. Well, if RNG is on your side, but I rather the RNG go to my gacha than to my normal lives. So yeah, I'm kind of over explaining everything right now. Margaret has healing AC but no heal gimmicks. Yeah, that's right. Because Margaret, I'm just telling you this. You use that active to heavily reduce the damage, and then you need a final a final source, another source, not much, but still another source of healing, and then you are finally good to go. I am over explaining a lot of things right here. So let's go to the next one. It's Ellie. Okay, Ellie. Ellie. What can I say? Except she's a SP filler, and I just said SP fillers, they break cat very well. And okay, there. Oh yeah, now I know. I remember what I wanted to say. In the case of like a high crit rate, these kind of high crit rate cards with um very good for me, very good has very high crit has crit sense. That's right. In the case where a card has crit sense, like the crit sense is a 15% bonus if the card's technique is the higher value, so they have a 15% bonus to their crit rate. For those cards, it's most likely the case where they are very good in advanced song and where everything is capped. Why? Because in order to have high technique, to balance the card out, a card must not have like very high stats of other high stats, so their appeal must be like slightly lower. And lower appeal means lower voltage per tap. But in the case of an advanced song, let's say if you manage to boost her all the way to maximum break, there is a chance where her crit rate is so high that she crits almost every time. And we know that when you crit, it's most likely that you're gonna hit cap. But in the case of a limit break 0, yeah, when this card crits, it's not hitting a cap, and that's a problem. This card is not hitting cap at limit break 0. These kind of high crit rate cards, so it's like their high crit rate does not compensate their low appeal. But at a higher limit break, if you push your appeal any higher, it's gonna get limited by voltage cap. So that's why instead of focusing on instead of having like the highest appeal, maybe if the card has like high crit rate, then maybe the high crit rate will help the card reach voltage cap more consistently. And because like investment in this thing is this appeal, well, it's not gonna get her any higher. Any higher appeal is not gonna get you over voltage cap. That's why we'll use 3 chokers for this meta. Yes. Everything about this is voltage cap. In advanced pass, it's all about overcoming voltage cap, and 3 chokers, it does it very well. So these kind of high crit rate cards, they are usually only viable in the case where you can max limit break them. When extra appeal will get limited by voltage cap. So anyway, and her skill, she's also a SP skill filler. So she's like the perfect elegant card to use if you manage to get it to maximum break 5, because her passive and her active are really nothing but just benefiting from her frontline is enough. Me who outbeat my choker to 4. Okay, let me tell you this. Limit breaking your choker, unless you're a mega whale, I suggest you just limit break it to 5. Get your choker to limit break 5. You are most likely not going to benefit from a limit break 3, limit break 0, limit break 0 choker, unless you are like a mega whale. Unless you get every single one of your card to max limit break like this. Choker, limit break 3 chokers is just that hard to use because for every choker you use, you're gonna throw away a brooch. And it's like the first brooch and the first choker, will give you 3,500 extra score per tap. That's a lot. But the thing is, the second choker will only give you 1,250. Now this is a problem. If you throw away a brooch to give 1,250 extra voltage per tap, that's gonna be a problem. Why? Because at the point where you throw away like 2 brooches, reaching the voltage cap in wonderful taps might be a problem. It's kind of hard for us to reach voltage cap if we throw away 2 brooches. Like the maximum we usually can do is usually throw away 1 brooch, and that's it. If we throw away more than that, we're most likely not gonna hit the cap in a normal voltage, normal wonderful tap. But this is not the case in whales. Why? Because either the cards their appeal are super duper high because they have very very good buffs, or they just let the crit rate do their job. It's like if my wonderful taps are not even if my wonderful taps are not hitting the cap, don't worry. What are the chances with that I will hit the wonderful cap? Think of it like this. Bougie like this. Of course, they never say that. Okay, they will never say that. This is like my own false impression. They use Kanan SR2. Yeah, that's right. They're just so they can just reach the voltage cap so greatly that they can actually put more resources into getting more SP to overcome the cap better. In the previous global war rank, some of the top 10 combined their chokers. I'm not sure about that. Like, I'm not sure what's happening in worldwide, because I definitely in JP top 10 you're definitely not gonna see that. See like them combine, see those combined chokers be at the top. But maybe in worldwide that there's not a lot of not everyone who limit breaks every single card, even though like there might be dolphins, but maybe not a lot of like mega galaxy whales. ML Joker just gives you 4,500. No, it gives you 500. 5,000, sorry. 5,000 total. Max limit break choker gives 5,000 total. So anyway, where was I? I need to go back to Ellie. Okay. So right now, comparing Ellie's SP field gauge to another elegant type of a kind. Okay. Comparing to Kotori. Now Kotori's skill is very limited because she only affects elegant type. And her skill set is also affects same attribute. This thing also affects that. Also it's not that good anyway, but so is Ellie. So we can pretty much ignore this too. And usually the reason you use the card is usually to focus on this. You use the SP card is to focus on the skill and maybe their stats. So she has higher appeal than Ellie, even though a lower crit rate, but I'd say even though having the higher appeal, she's just not that good just because of this skill right here. This skill that only targets elegant. SP gauge gain is already a slightly inferior skill compared to SP fill. Not only that, it has to get limited by elegant itself. Now, in order to use her properly, like in order for her to be like the top choice, you need her at max limit break. Not only that, you also need your 2 other elegant scorers to be at max limit break. for you to finally choose her as a top choice. Then this is how hard Kotori is. That's how difficult for it to use Kotori. I mean, unless the case where you're a new player and you don't have any other good elegant cards, then you can use Kotori as fine. But I mean that's a new player thing. If new players, they can use any card as long as they higher appeal. That's it. But for like us, for all of us like who played for a while, it's because like these kind of high crit rate critical sense scores, they are not as desirable as like common voltage scores. Like let's say in Limit Break Zero, yeah, compare it to Fast Kanata. So in fact, Fast Kanata is a more desirable score at Limit Break Zero, where you don't cap, because she has like a way better skill set. She's also, her voltage type is also very good and everything. So like Kotori's only benefit over this thing, over Kanata, is her ability to overcome the cap. But in order to use her ability to overcome the cap, you need two other elegant scorers. Elegant scorers who add max limit break also. So you need to invest in two other scorers, two elegant scorers, like let's say this Ellie to max limit break, and also another one more. And then finally you can use Kotori. Get her to max limit break. So you need to invest 3. You get to get 3 MLB cards to finally use this Kotori. This is just how hard you need to go through before you can use Kotori. And it's the reason why she always sits in the member list of most players, even if they get it. It's just because her skill is just this hard to use. If you actually get to pull it off, then great. You're using a good stat card and everything, but she just takes too much. This kind of skill, they just take too much investment to use, and it's usually not worth it unless you're a Galaxy World. Isn't it easier to use a full on attribute T? Yeah, I'm talking about full on attribute T. But whalers use Kanata as a backline since appeal boost. Yeah, I know. I know. Use Kanata as a backline. That's right. You see whalers use Kanata as a backline instead of a front line because she cannot get cap, but this Kotori can. And the same thing can be said about Nozomi. Yeah, Nozomi has like a way higher appeal than Kotori. I mean, sorry, not way higher appeal. Sorry, high effective appeal. Like her appeal is only 100, a 100 difference, but her technique is like 13,000, almost 14,000, and this one is only 12,000. So this Nozomi right here has higher effective appeal, but she still suffers the same thing as Kotori, which is this. First, the SP gauge gain card of the same attribute, natural, which means you have to max limit break 2 other natural cards first before you can start using Nozomi. And you have to, before you start using Nozomi, you have to max limit break Nozomi too before you can start using her. So these 2 cards are like high maintenance and yet should I say low reward, middle reward or something? Because if in the future, like in the future when Honoka came out, she's already a really decent card, decent aspect, just because she has this better skill set. And if I dare say, if like in the future, let's say just a normal gacha card of a similar type, similar to this Honoka came out, I think the first card that will be replaced is going to be Nozomi. Like in the real team, just because her skill. That's because her skill set isn't just that great on that. Yeah. But maybe that was like really like Galaxy World talk. But if it was me, then maybe I would choose I might choose Nozomi for her better like way better stat line. That just now from just what I said, like if Nozomi is replaced, that was like Galaxy Will. Most likely Galaxy Will, they can only do that. They can only they have the power to buff this Honoka all the way to meet the requirements of the voltage cap, of reaching the voltage cap. Just discard Rin once from the list. Yeah, Rin 1. Rin number 1, she's like the worst card in my entire in the opinion. Not Rin Fast 1, okay, I mean Rin 1. Like her normal gacha card. For natural, Nozo Fast, Violin, Maki, Fast Emma. Yeah. And speaking of Violin Maki, yeah, Violin Maki was replaced because her stat is just so bad. 8,800. Not only that, but her SP gauge field is only 5%. It's definitely not enough compared, because this is like one exception, because it's definitely not enough compared to the ones in Nozomi's cases. But maybe if I might be wrong, but maybe Galaxy will value her better stat, and still choose to use her in some cases. But I cannot test it myself. So I'm just saying there is a high risk that Nozomi and Kotori Fast will be replaced by Galaxy Will. There's like almost no chance for us to use these two cards at max limit break, and there's kind of a medium or a big chance that these two cards will be replaced by a better card in the future. I think it just depends on how long it takes. But Honoka doesn't have crit sense. Yeah. But even though Honoka doesn't have crit sense, I can use the same argument as these small cards. These small cards doesn't have crit sense, and yet they oh my god, they still have a give a very good result to two whalers. None of this. People are still using Nozomi just for center tree. Oh yeah, Nozomi is for center tree SP. Oh yeah. Thank you for reminding me this. So I think another merit. I mean another lucky thing that Nozomi has is if you look at the natural pool of cards. Natural pool one of it is Dream 1, the worst card in the game. Number 2 is this. Number 3 is Mari, which is also not that good. Number 4 is this Kotori, which is a skill type. Number 3 is Forest Alley, which is who has a very low effective appeal. And then there's Emma. And then my point is it's not until all the way down here that we have another stronger scorer of natural type. So maybe luckily, one lucky thing about Nozomi is she has a very good stat line, and maybe new players can actually use her as a normal natural scorer, just because there's there's very few other cards to contest until Rin Fast Voltage 2. But if SP voltage is what you seek, then she is still not the best choice. She is still not the best choice because of this. Because of Fast Umi. Yeah, because Fast Umi has this SP bomber right here. We all know that there are some like very, very hard natural songs. Like let's say this one, Tokimeki Runner 17 version. So Tokimeki Runner 17 version, you look at this thing. Oh my god, 120k SP in a single tap. Okay. It is this AC right here. It's this AC right here. It's only 5 notes short, as you can see. So to reach this SP voltage is not very easy for new players, and in this case, Fast Umi does a better job than Fast Nozomi because of this SP bombing skill. If SP bombing is what you seek for, then Fast Umi does a better job. Because so for new players, to help them in Tokimeki Run the 17 version, and also another song, another natural, this one, Yagate, Hitotsu no Monogatari. It's like, even though this thing, 128k A voltage from SP, even though this is 23 notes, the damage is ridiculously high, 900 per note. That 900 is not enough for your one. And like I just told you, if you use you need like 3 voltage type to buff the damage to 1k, but there will be a problem. If you're using a 3 voltage type to buff it to 1k, then you don't have a frontline heal. And I just told you, your one heavily reduces the amount of damage you take, but you still need like another source of heal. Just at least one more frontline, even if the frontline is even if you use your one as frontline, like that amount of heal will be enough. But the thing is, you need to use 3 voltage type to buff the skill, buff the damage all the way to 1k. That means you don't have a frontline heal, and then that's a problem. That means your one and Fast Nico will have to operate alone, and they can't. They just can't operate alone. So your one and Fast Nico one is kind of like, I think whales only whales can utilize them better because they just have that good. Their cards are just that good. But as for us, it's better that we just use a frontline defender, a very strong frontline defender like Hanamaru. So, is there any good SP bomber on Smile? Wait, I don't know. I don't know about that. I want to talk about this. Yeah, somebody please help. Please help. Please answer the question, like search the database or something. But anyway, back to my subject. So, because the damage is very high, if you can manage to one shot, it's usually that if you one shot this AC, you're gonna S rank this song. If you don't one shot this AC, you need to take a long time to recharge your SP again, and during that long time to recharge the SP, you usually use a SP filler. But if you switch to like an SP filler side strategy, that means you are out of the protection of your frontline healing, and there's no way you're gonna put like a fast alley into your frontline, right? Because like, what about you need your score, you need your voltage as well. So if you're like, let's say, putting an SP filler, relying on SP filler for a second proc of SP, then you're gonna put her in the sideline. But if you switch to the sideline, you don't have a defense, and that's a problem. Like this damage is just huge, too massive. So the best solution to this final AC is to one shot it, and this is where Fast Umi does the best. Does it better than Fast Nozomi, because she has this. And there's a lot of there is like a lot of cases where this voltage, getting the right amount of voltage, like SP voltage, allowing you to one shot it, it's like make a huge difference. It makes a world of a difference. It's like it's between the difference of S rank and A rank. So really, Nozomi is right now she has a good stat line and all, but it's just a lot of the cases she's still not the very top pick. Yeah, she's still not the very top pick I would find. But if you don't have those top picks, then the top picks, then Nozomi is still gonna be very good. So yeah, I somehow linked it to Fast Umi. Okay, Fast Umi. Fast Umi is like, due to the nature of, like just now I just told you SP Bomber. Due to the nature of these two, like Yagate Hitotsu no Monogatari and Tokimeki Runner 17, this card actually functions very well. I mean, it really helps those new players to pass those two ACs by charging up their SP voltage, and then bursting it out, and then allowing to pass the ACs. Yeah. So her if activated on her own taps, add 1% of own timing. Yeah, this is a really good this is a really good bonus and all. I mean, it's not a lot, but Wales used to, before like Serenade Maki was released, Wales used to use this Umi in their natural SP team, because there's like back then there was only Fast Emma. Back then it was only Fast Emma, her, and wait, what are the other? Oh, there's only two of them. Oh my god. Back then there wasn't a lot of choices where you can charge your SP. That's why at first the Wales they used this at in their natural SP team, but she quickly got replaced by Serenade Maki. And despite being like that, despite having like being very good for new players in oh yeah, I forgot to say it for, like, let's say if you get to access her at maximum break. At maximum break, nah, she's just not that good. We all know that. We all know why. Because if you can like get like maximum break cards, you're most likely capping on your SP skill already. So it's like 250k. It's not easy, but it's not really that, it's not extremely hard. It usually takes like either have two of your scorers who has high appeal to match the attribute of the song you're playing, or it usually takes like one scorer. I mean one of your front line who has like high technique and match the attribute. Like technique is her higher stat. It usually takes something like that to reach the 250k cap. So at max limit break, of course, because her voltage boost is limited by cap, and she has no way of overcoming caps other than this thing, which is superseded by other cards. So at max limit break right now, she's really not that good. But at least this card is good for new player, right? Yeah, it is really good for new player. But another card of a similar nature doesn't receive the same treatment. That card is this the first fast rin. As you can see, the first fast rin compared to this fast umi right here, they have like similar stats. This umi 11k appeal, 12,800 technique. This is 11k and this is 12,000. Oh my god, it's actually worse. Number one is her skill is already worse, and this scaling is already the same. Maybe this appeal stat on the first year, yeah, it might help a little bit, like it might boost her appeal a little bit up there. But the problem with fast rin is if we look at the cool pool of cards, natural has two very hard songs where it requires you to hit this kind of SP. These two SPs, and number two, the natural pool of cards. Remember, I said natural pool of cards was suffering from not having good like frontline scores at all. Look at it; it's just number one, and this one, and then all the way down to now. Because natural doesn't really have good frontliners, that good of a frontliner, and natural also have these two songs that requires like a high amount of SP bombs. Fast Umi is pretty good. It's pretty good, but not for this case of fast rin. Just because if we look at cool songs, Koryasuki, landing action, yay. Yeah, landing action doesn't have SP buff. It's just if you look at the cool songs, you don't really find a similar song where you need a high amount of SP to, you need to bomb it in one go for you to S rank it. They naturally have these two songs, but cool doesn't really have one. Or maybe it has one, or I missed it, but yes, this one. Colorful voice. Yeah. So I guess cool does have it. Does have one. But and but right now it's just this colorful voice is released a little bit late into the game. So right now by the time the colorful voice is released, the players might have found other solutions to Lily. Oh yeah, Lily. How can I forget that song? Like it, love it. Yeah. Number one is this Lily 100. Oh yeah. This song. This song. Is by the time Like It Love It and Colorful Voice was released inside this place, the the pool of the cool gacha pool of cards, you can see there's like tons of gacha cards you get. And it's not just voltage type, but even like, let's say, even Fast Mari. This SK type. I mean, this is we all know that, like, in my song guide I already said that this Scarlet Royal Maki, if you have like Scarlet Royal Maki and Steam Maiden Hanamaru, you can also use them in Like It Love It. I did recommend that. And even Fast Mari will help you score quite okay, and you already got yourself a defender who's a defender that scores really well. And let's say even Ayumu, just look at how big a pool of scorers you have with this with in Cool. You have tons of choices you can choose. You can invest in Cool. And in a real situation that Karin, okay, let's compare Karin with Rin right here. Karin is not a crit sense scorer, but she has higher appeal, and this Rin right here has a crit sense scorer but way lower appeal. So like I said, crit scorers, crit rate, high crit rate usually does better in the case of a max limit break. So in the case of a limit break 0, is usually better if they have higher appeal. But I mean, maybe this thing, at least her lower scaling is another problem. But this thing, it's just this. I usually find that having higher appeal, putting more investment into a card with higher appeal is usually better than putting an investment into a card like this. I mean, definitely for newer players. And Fast Karin, there's also better cards, better frontline scorers than Fast Karin, like let's say Fast Eye. Anyone of you draw Fast Eye, between Fast Eye, Fast Karin, and Fast Rin, it's very obvious that we choose Fast Eye to invest, because she can be used in way more songs. She's just way stronger. She's a way better choice to invest than Rin. And by the time you really get to by the time this Lily, by the time Lily and Colorful Voice are released, most likely we just tend to choose this. We already usually have some of our cards invested, and they can usually outperform this Rin right here at giving you SP voltage. This is like, I mean, if this card, it's this Eye and this Rin get to be used at the same limit break, get to have the same treatment. Of course, this Rin having higher technique and everything, she's gonna give a lot of SP voltage, and with this thing too, she's gonna get better voltage, better SP voltage to you also. But this is just the thing is, she's not treated well in the meta compared to Fast Umi, because of how saturated the pool of cool cards in this game. And because other cool cards are more saturated, it's usually wiser that you invest into other cool other cool cards than to invest in fast rin. And in the end, fast rin gets left behind so much that, oh my god, it becomes redundant. So I dare say fast rin, if she gets like a normal ground, like with if she gets to like the same LB with like fast I and everyone else, maybe she might get the same treatment of fast Ubi, I would say. When if let's say in Like It Love It, and Colorful Voice, it's just for many players they're just other better cool scorers. So in the end we feel like, oh, she's really missing out. Fast rin, I don't see a lot of fast rin. And maybe final note, fast rin is fast rin has this same right here, so maybe you can use her as a situational backline. But really, I mean, it's what I just said right here is judging from my ex. It's actually kind of like more like my personal experience. So Rin is pretty okay. She can definitely help you if you're a new player and you manage to draw her. Yeah, definitely fine. She can definitely help you in Like It Love It, and also Colorful Voice. It's just there are other way better cards, way better cool cards for you to draw. And in the pool of natural cards, we're just so hungry for it. It's just so hungry for voltage. Like it's just so there's so little voltage in natural pool of cards that fast Umi actually seems kind of decent. It's more of a comparative. How hard is Colorful Voice? The only thing hard about Colorful Voice is the base zone damage is really nothing. It's 487. It's pretty normal, and the gimmicks they don't really have any other hard gimmicks. Also, it's more like it's just more of this. AC4. It's just this thing that is hard. That's it. And even so, yeah. Oh, let me say, even so, the damage is not as high as Yagate Hitotsu no Monogatari. Yagate is 900. So maybe in this song, you switching away from that, you won't take as much damage as you do if you switch away in Yagate. So that's another thing. Colorful Voice is not as hard as Yagate in this case. And not only that, they in Yagate they also buff SP units as gauge rate. So yeah, it's just compared to the pool of cool cards and natural cards, Rin isn't treated that well. I mean, poor Rin. And anyway, next one is Fastmaki. Oh, Fastmaki is like the scapegoat of the fast rotation and of the developing during the developing days of the of schools of like All Stars. She's among the first card, the first fast banner, and she got damage reduction. So what can I say except she is a very good stamina stick, and her LSA. Her LSA will really give a lot of sustain if you put it in the backline. Yeah, that's really it. It's just really sad that this card this card is like it's like a victim of the developing process of the game. And the next card of Muse is this card, Hanayo. Okay. Hanayo having a skill. The only downfall about this card is just skill type. Seriously. It's just the only that's the only downfall of this card. She would have been very great and all if she didn't get cut by this negative 5% appeal right here. Like this thing, same strategy, appeal plus same strategy, this another appeal plus, and this thing is also same strategy. And this thing activates on tap, which is gonna affect tap a lot of times, but they're just gonna slap a skill type on it and made it worse than other scorers. Huh. Because really there isn't so just by that it is instantly it becomes like instantly way worse. Hoping for a better Fast 2 monkey card, yeah. So it's like she's like, okay, she's kind of decent and all, but if you don't have a better scorer, then she's a good choice. If you have a better scorer, then great, good for you. Use the other scorer, okay? It's like, yeah. By the way, the first year trio, this thing, Maki was really bad. Hanayo was outclassed, and because Rin isn't cold, so that's why she doesn't get treated well by the pool of cards of a same attribute. There's really not much about for me to say, and that's all of me. That's really all of Mew sets. And the first of the Aqua set is Chika. Yes, Chika. This card, at first it was released. It was released kind of early into the meta, into the game, that a lot of it. I see a lot of players who think that Fast Chika is like top tier, and she's the card to go for. Yes, indeed, she is indeed very good. Like look at her appeal. Look at her this same strategy passive. This her answer is dud, but it doesn't really matter anyway. But the thing is, because this card is released like way earlier into the meta, that the player base, I think the player base has a little bit of an impression that she is very good. She is the card you must use if you are playing a pure song. This is what I thought. But the thing is, this card it doesn't break cap. It still doesn't break cap. And if I were to, let's say, use if I were to use Fast Setsuna in a pure song, in a pure cleansable song, let's say in Snow Halation, then if I were to use Chika as a front line for the Snow Halation, you believe it or not, this Setsuna is gonna score better than Fast Chika. Just because Fast Chika and doesn't have the ability to break cap. Yeah, I want you to understand what it means, like what it means for a scorer to not be able to break cap. So this card right here, and I think I see a lot of players who decide they also want to go for Chika in the Aqua box. I mean, fine, if you don't have a good pure scorer, then you should go for it. However, if you are thinking about using her as a third scorer, if you're thinking of helping you improving your score in this advanced pure song, then this is not the card you want. This card is for you to get a better score if you don't have a pure card, or maybe in Aldora Jumping Heart. Yeah, Aldora Jumping Heart right here. And because Aldora Jumping Heart is advanced plus, higher cap, and not only that, she's also Aqua unit, so she's like super duper good in Aldora Jumping Heart plus, this Fast Chika. But if you were to play, let's say, Aldora Jumping Heart advanced, then even a Gacha card, yeah, even this Gacha card right here, Ayumu, is going to be better than Chika. It's going to score better than Chika, just because Ayumu has the ability to overcome cap, voltage boost. And she also has like the same sub unit, so even though her appeal is like way lower, just because like she can still reach the cap quite easily, because like 12k is like fast. Think of it as fast Honoka level. This 12k. Think of it a fast Honoka, a pure fast Honoka, who has an extra voltage boost. Yeah, this her active is also kind of dud, but a pure type, pure attribute, fast Honoka, who has a voltage boost. Now that does that sound a little bit better to you? And in this case, this fairy Ayu, in the case of this advanced song, this Chika and this fairy Ayumu is gonna do better. But of course, in if let's say you just compare it at limit break 0, okay, limit break 0 of course when nothing caps, perhaps this card is gonna do better. This Chika is gonna do better, of course, just because when nothing is capped, her high amount of appeal is benefit her, just benefits her too much. And in this case, in the case of an advanced class, because there's no cap, so at max limit break, still this Chika is like stupidly strong. But it's like no, you should understand like. But putting Chika and Setsu together is great since they are both second years. Yeah, I mean they second years they do benefit each other. But still, my point still stands. If you are playing like max limit break with max limit break cards in an advanced song with caps, then this Chika is still not the card you want. What I'm saying here is like a very small population. Small population among the players, so you should understand that if you are that kind of player or not. Okay. I feel like this is a lot. This like understand this is a lot of like this is like rarely talk about like whether you are the type of player who have reaches the cap or not. This is the thing a lot of players like they don't talk about. I think a comp player, and I want you to like impose this kind of awareness to all of you, that to know that when is the time you should start thinking about overcoming cap, and the right time to do it is when you get two of the two cards of either fast Setsuna, fast Kanan, fast Kasumi 2, or fast Rin 2. So let me repeat. So it's usually the case where you get either a copy of two of this fast Kanan, fast Setsuna, fast Kasumi 2, or fast Rin 2. It's usually when you get either two of these four cards that you should start thinking about overcoming the cap. And also you need to get that maximum break also lah. But yeah, a lot of it's like if you are like a good planner and everything, you successfully draw them and you plan your radiances properly and you finally get them to max limit break. Before max limit break, the next step you should do is to start thinking about ways to overcome the cap. And it is at this point where you don't start pulling for her. And you also don't start pulling for, let's say, Nico fast 2. Yeah, so this is only like a small group of players, and maybe an even smaller group around all of you, possibly none of you, but I just want you to be aware of, if you are somehow in the you will somehow have two copies of the four OP fast cards I mentioned at max limit break, then you should start thinking about overcoming cap, and maybe you should stop taking her. Stop going for cards like this who cannot break the voltage cap. Yeah, how she boosts of voltage. Chika's downside is how she only boosts voltage and makes it worse when we reach cap. That's exactly right. Now, well done, Jessness. Okay, I just ignore the N. Any tips for quick limit break without scouting? No, not really. Like getting the radiances from every SPL shop is just too slow. The SPL shop and the DLP and everything is just very extremely slow. And getting the school idol vicious from the whale passes requires money, or if not, it's even slower. It's like takes like 2 years. So no, scouting is the only way. So that's why plan your scouts properly. Really, it's very important that you plan your scouts. mean, the downside is, yeah. I talk about the downsides of this. The reason why I talk about the downsides, like of this Chika and all of things, it's because like I kind of don't see a lot of players like have like awareness of this. So, and there are a lot of players, even they have awareness of this, they might not know when is the exact time they should start pursuing for cards like this and finally switch to ways that can break voltage cap. So I just gave you a clear answer, which is when you have 2 copies of the 4 OP cards and have them at maximum break. Yeah, that is the point. So if you reach that point, then go for it. Or actually, if you have the 2 copies and maybe like maybe let's say you have them at high minimum break, okay, or maybe you are even greedier that you don't want to wait. You also when once you get 2 copies, okay, you're like, okay, I'm already ready to get other cards that will help me overcome cap. Then fine, also fine. It's just to put this in your mind first, understand this first. Yeah, have the awareness of it. Know when is the exact time to stop pursuing for cards like this. Well, unless in the future, let's say Advanced Plus becomes a really big thing. Like let's say there's way more cards, way more. Sorry, not cards, but Advanced Plus stages in the future. Not just Aura jumping hard, and there's a very high chance that an expert song will be chosen in ball run. Maybe Chika will get a comeback because her downside is gone. It will be gone in those places. Yeah, maybe Chika will get her comeback. Right now, we can only see that she's extremely useful in Aldora Jumping Hut Plus because she not only of her high appeal, she's no longer limited by cap, but also this very deadly gimmick of non-aqua unit losing 25% base appeal. Yeah, so that's all about Chika. I hope you do fully understand about like understand about Chika and know when is the right time to draw for her. I mean, if I were to get her, I'd still be happy about it. I mean, if I get her, I was like, at least I got something I can prepare for Ultra Jumping Hard Expert. But she's not right now. She's just not the card I would spark for. And it's most likely not gonna be yours because unless you put money in it, it's very hard to get 2 cards to max limit break. Like the radiances, it takes quite some time to finally get enough radiances for that. Unless you're super duper lucky. So the next card is Fast Rico. Ooh, Fast Rico. Okay. Based on my personal experience, she is that card who's very poor. Is very poor of her that she instantly get replaced by Fast Ellie 2 right here. Because Fast Ellie 2 not only is she has way stronger offense, but her healing is like 11k, and that's already enough to cover you for most songs. And she Rico's healing really isn't that any much higher. And Ellie also have an active that heals. A shield, a very strong shield plus this active overall defense. Ellie wins Rico at defense and also very much at offense. So she's like completely outclassed. Oh my god, she's like it's like poor thing. And I dare say you can maybe you can use her in maybe songs like that requires a god type, but even so I would find another solution if I were to use if there's a song that of high damage that I need to switch to a god type strategy, and that other card is Fast Rena. Simply because of this thing, of her active. So it's just usually a shielder has a problem where they need a time to buff themselves up. You know those kind of frustrating moments where the shooter is just won't just keep sleeping, and when your stamina finally reaches yellow, that they started to activate their show skill. Yeah. Those are very frustrating moments, and the shooter has this kind of disadvantage where they they need time to buff themselves up, buff their shooter. This would usually be the case of for most of the shooters, but I would say not really the case for Fast Arena, just because of this thing. Fast Arena, upon switching sub units, recover stamina equal to 30% of your own stamina, up to twice per life. So if I, let's say, were to switch, if I have the need to switch to another strategy in a high damage song, this LSA itself allows me to, it's most likely gonna allow me to heal my stamina back to green, even though even if like the arena, even if arena like arena kind of sleeps when I switch sub unit. So remember this thing, she procs twice, so it's like when you switch to her sub unit, maybe to like tank a damage though or get some shields or something, you have to switch it back. So immediately at that time you already get all two of the stamina, got all two of the strategy swap from her LSA. And these two procs is definitely enough to get you from yellow back to green. And this active itself, it kind of eliminates a little bit of the shooter's disadvantage, which is this thing, which is needing some time to buff herself up. But then again, there's also another problem. Another problem with her, which is which is relying on switching sub units and to heal. Now, in order to properly use Rina right here, you have to not switch strategy at the start of the song. So if any of the songs have these kind of cleansable gimmicks, okay, Rina is automatically a no use. You're not going to use her at all. And because you're not going to use her at all because you at the start of the song you need to swap. You need to swap your strategy for your swap cleanse. And that would have proc Rina's active, which you should have saved for when your stamina damage is low, but right now you have to stop at the start, which means you use her LSA when your stamina is still full. Same with Event Chika and Yo2. Yeah, that is a problem. And not only that, it's either or not. If you choose to not use a swap cleanser, you use an SP cleanser. That means you're gonna cleanse later than if you use a swap cleanser. That is still a problem. And also another problem is usually just by this LSA itself, it's not enough that to sustain you, and you really don't want to switch away from your main strategy very often. It's like switching once, switching two and back is like the maximum amount I would take for myself. But this thing only allows to switch like twice per life, so it's like switching to the strategy and back from the strategy. This itself is still not, I'd say it's still not enough for you to maintain in green stamina if the situation calls for it. Usually, yeah, like this thing itself is not enough sustain for backline for backline healing. So because of that, she can't be used as a backline heal in a normal situation, and she is also limited by songs where you need to cleanse. And all things comes down. There's only one song where I see some use in Rina, which is this song, Step 0 to 1. Now, Step 0 to 1, 301 damage. Okay, it is pretty standard and everything, but I want you to note this first gimmick right here. 10,000 points of stamina damage at the start. Because immediately when you go into the song, boom, you're gonna take that damage. But what if, let's say you take the damage and you immediately stop strategy. Let's say at the start of the song, you take the damage and then swap into your main strategy, and then you proc her active. You get to heal your stamina back. And it's usually this case where she is like very, very useful, because you immediately take like 10,000 points of damage, stamina damage. There is no time for you to buff your shield up. There is no time. You immediately start the song with 10,000 points of stamina damage, or however amount you take after God type merit. So this active right here, directly compensates that. And not only that, after this one, you switch into your main strategy, and then from here you just switch to your main strategy. You have one more proc left, and after that, there's also another node right here, and then you can proc her again. You can switch to a God type strategy, take the damage node. There's a take the damage and then switch back. So in between this node and this node right here, there are these kind of duration in between. And when you switch to a God type strategy in this place, you are reverting it back. You are like kind of counter it, getting it back, getting some of your stamina back, and also okay, let me just show you this. Not this, sorry. Where was it? Yeah, this right here. So this is the step 0 to 1 gameplay I recorded just now. Yeah, so right now you can see this first node right here, this damage. And for this strategy, I have two God types right here, and one of it is Rina. So at first I start my strategy inside here with Rina here. So to utilize this God type merit, so I only take 8,000 damage, and then immediately I switch to my main strategy and proc Rina's active. Now I want you to look it back. I take the damage and I immediately switch it back. Yeah, you see you look at my stamina right here. It's immediately recovered right here. It's like it's as if that thing, that gimmick itself is really non-existent. And then after a while, I took some damage. After a while, I'll take some damage right here, and Rina gets to proc one more time. So this because at the start of the song, it really taxes you. It really deals that much damage to you that Rina can actually heal you back. So therefore, that is like the only case where I see a use for Rina. Actually, kind of a practical use for her. So, and it's just like Rina and this Rico right here. They are really like completely outclassed by Ellie. By Ellie right there. It's just Rina has if let's say just now in the case of a step 0 to 1, if I were to choose this, I have this Rico and I have this Rina right here. If I were to like play step 0 to 1 just now, I chose Rina as my a sideline heal to help me block those damage, because Rina has a higher stamina value, like 12,000 versus 14,000. This one boosts same slot unit, and this one boosts active cards. Well, I mean the best one is still boost everyone else. And number 2 is this thing, her active that kind of compensates for the disadvantage of shielders, which is they need some time to buff themselves. Because even if you get to yellow, it's most likely that when I swap to the strategy that I get to heal. That I get to heal it back. What natural healers do you guys use? You don't know natural healers. Natural healers. There's only one natural healer in the game, like which is an SR. Okay, the other are all shielders and all. Like, okay. So maybe if in the future there are other songs that would force me to even like to use a healer in a side strategy, I would use it. But in this case, it's just I just see because of Rina's active right here that in a song where I don't need to I don't need to cleanse, and where in a song where I need to take a lot of damage right here between this Rina and this Rico right here, I see more use in Rina. But even though I see more use in Rina, even though I say I see more use in Rina, this is like extremely situational, and it's usually if I want to say it bluntly, there is in this game there's already a way better backline heal. Wait, who are these two? These like Rina's backline healing is nothing compared to Princess Rico and this Nico right here. If you can manage to proc enough SP, if you proc enough SP, the Rina's heal LSA is still nothing compared to this and this. Okay, so don't really get your hopes up. It's just I'm saying I'm talking about Rina. That example for Rina is just so because like if you have Rina, you can kind of you should kind of make use of what you have. If you somehow have her and you don't have any of the better cards I said. And even so, comparing Rina and Rico right here, Rico is still have a better offense. And if you are at the stage where you need a defend, you always need a defender in your front line, then Rico is still a better choice. So what I just said about the step 01 and Rina example is just I'm giving you an awareness that you in some cases you might find Rina useful, and that cases is not a lot, but be aware of it. Be aware of when it is. I'm talking about that. I'm saying this example because it actually happened to me. That this card I can actually use this card this way. And I don't have Princess Rico. I don't have the Nico also at max limit break. So in the end, this active right here still have a lot of flaws. You can't stop strategy, so your stop cleansers might suffer, and it only allows you to proc twice. So you have to kind of like think a little bit hard for you to like utilize this active very well. But when it works, it's like it's really satisfying. And overall, most players, I think most players is still going to choose Rico over Rina just because like definitely more players is gonna lack a frontline defender than those who can actually afford a backline healer like this. And who can say no to this LSA? It's just super duper good. And what can I say about this card except draw her? Yes, that's right. Use all of your stars on her. Use your sparks if you want. If you just invest everything in her. That's it. What can I say about her? Except I can only talk about why she's that powerful. It's just her. She has the highest appeal in the entire game. She has the best individual skill, passive skill in the entire game. She affects team strategy. Not only that, she also gives a technique. And this thing appeal plus song start team strategy. Remember I told you that it affects it affects at the end of the calculation. It's only included after everything is included. And the ability to break cap. It's like K-Lab K-Lab just puts everything good on this card. Every good thing about it on this card. It's like K-Lab. It really makes me wonder if K-Lab is just the case in K-Lab stands for Kanan Lab. Stands for Kanan, so they're Kanan Lab. You know, like maybe Fast Kanan. I mean, Kanan 1 has been the front of a very long time, and SR, why is SR cheerleader Kanan and SR card so ridiculously strong that we'll start to using it? Yeah, I can always dream. I can always make conspiracy theories. Conspiracy. Well, anyway, that was just for that's all. There's like when a card is the strongest in the pool, that when a card is like useless and when a card is overpowered, there's really nothing else to say. Nothing really much to say about the card. And so this, as for the next card, oh my god, this card, Daya. Look at first up. Look at Daya's pool of cards right here. The first one is Princess Stat Daya, who is an SK type, so SK type suffers a little bit. The second card is an SP Shielder, and oh my god, it's an SP type Shielder. SP type means it's kind of okay, I guess. I mean, more higher, better SP charge rate, but lower skill activation rate. I'm not sure. I'm not very certain about that. Her shielding isn't really that good, also. Her stamina is like only 9,458, and not only that, her offense isn't that good. This one is just a stamina stick. This one, event card, don't look at it, and then her fast. Oh my god, like dude, if the best card you have is a skill type scorer who has such a limited skill set that only affects third years, well, it's really kind of sad. I dare say Daya has the worst pool of card. Worst card pool for now. Rin's card pool was I think was only like slightly higher than Daya, but the recent Rin Fest 2 buffs her pool up very, very much. But Daya right now is just pathetic. Daya was a decent stamina stick during the first few months, yeah. Right now the stamina sticks, like there's still a bunch. Cool shoot SP Daya, yeah, I know. It's just right now her cost just got outclassed so much that it's really sad to look at. It's a pity. Anyway, her primary skill increases crit rate, but it only affects third years. Like to increase crit rate to a third year, this skill right here is supposed to be her main firepower, but for it to only apply to third year, okay, that's really a problem. And also this skill, a crit rate skill doesn't break the cap, doesn't overcome cap, so it's also another problem. That's another reason why she is weaker. And everything about it affects same year. This thing affects same year. It really makes, not only is her stats already not that good, a skill type and her stat appeal not being the highest, it's already not that good, but for having such a limited skill set, oh my god, it makes a really underwhelming card in the fast card, in the fast pool of cards compared to all other cards. It's just like it just feels like there are some cases where I would need a god type. I would need a god type fast card to help me sustain, but there is no chance that I would need Daya in my team. This is just how bad it is. Even fast monkey, there might be a chance for it, but it's just it's just that sad, man. Like, she just use her if you want. If you don't have any other pure cards, or let's say in the song Mitaike Horizon and Iona Uta. So Iona Uta right here, because Iona Uta has very skill type oriented It's very skill type oriented, and Intaken Horizon has this skill type actually for each skill in a formation. So this it helps you clear these tab skills. Other than that, nah, not really. She's not really the card you want, and I dare say the least. There's no situation where I would need this card. Next one is Fastyo. Fastyo. So Fastyo is, well, she is the first batch of the she is the first batch of cards released, and although right now she's already not as strong, she is still pretty good due to this, because she's like the utility of SPL. She's like the backbone of SPL cheese. You can't you once you get her, she's just super duper good. Even if when you use her in front lines, she's still gonna do very well, because in pure attribute, there's Fast Chika, and there's this very Ayumu right here, and there are also some there's also, let's say if you need a defender, you can and you get Unish, you can also use her. They are quite a decent amount, an okay amount of second year pure cards in the pool that Fastyo is in the middle. So this card you can kind of use her for your frontline or pure songs, and she's invaluable in SPL. It's just and finally it's just her passive that's bothering me a bit, because of voltage type increasing stamina. But overall, I say this card itself is pretty good because of this, because it introduces this, and she has the best stat. There are only 5 cards in the game with this SPL cheese support, and this Ryo here has the best stat. So it really helps, and especially having a best stat, you think you can say that what is the point of having a best stat, such a good stat in an SPL cheese? The reason why it's so important is just because of bracelet. Yeah, so if you're cheesing for SP, right now cheesing with SP usually you put two teams of SP filler, and especially you need Fast Emma. Fast Emma is down there. Oh my god. You actually need Fast Emma due to her this strategy switch, and because this Fast Emma procs on strategy switch, that you want to keep switching strategy, and this thing also procs on strategy switch. So the meta SPL cheese team right here is to build 2 strategies of SP fillers, and these cards as a backline, and keep switching. So having a good stat as this kind of support, it buffs your bracelet up. So a lot of you're not using your best cards as your SPL cheese team, so having good stats like this is really helps. Really buffs my bracelet up. It charges a lot. Usually in the, if I were to use other cards of this type, no, I cannot charge my bracelet fully. And you can only use 3 bracelets in the team, in the strategy of your support, because the other teams you are going to use your keychain to buff your skill activation rate. It's better to do that. And her LSA will help clear SK. Help clear SK ACs? Yeah, maybe you can do that, but I wouldn't recommend that. It's kind of gimmicky. It's kind of gimmicky and then really RNG reliant to do that. And there's every song there is always a way where it helps you pass these kind of tap skills. So this, if hit SK units, gain 10% activation rate for each SK unit in the formation for 10 notes. So in order to, usually these two ACs, you just put more SK unit in your team, and then you also use SK unit, switch to a SK unit when you are approaching these ACs, and then you're most likely going to clear it because it buffs your skill activation chance by so much if you use your SK type. So every song, these kind of tap skills, they always have a way for you to clear these ACs that I don't really see the need. I don't really see how you don't really need to rely on this RNG right here to clear it. And I don't recommend that also. She's still a very good, like right now is mainly right now she's an SPL support and an okay frontliner. So speaking of SPL, oh god, the queen of SPL is here. Queen, SPL queen, her only sole purpose. The skill type, skill award inside the SPL is I call it the jack of all trades, master of none. Because heal award and SP award, they are tied to the skill. They are tied to skill award also, because in order to gain more SP, you need to proc more skills, and to proc more skills, you need more skill activation rate. Yahane, yeah. So this skill, so this thing, no other card in the game buffs as much skill activation rate as this card right here, and it is better that the higher activation rate, the buffs, the better. Like these kind of skill activation buff, they are like their effects are like exponential. So the more you put, the better. The higher the percentage, the better. And it's because, like, let's say if you buff like only by 5%, and what you think that the 5% has a high chance that it will not even help you get an extra proc. But whereas this 22% to 30%, it has a high chance there. Maybe make it just 26% for skill level 3. There's a high chance that this it buffs it to all the way to 59% that you might have a chance for it to help you proc twice. Like proc extra. Because skill activation, it's like absolute. It either procs or it doesn't. That's it. There's no like in between procs. So it's either you proc once or you proc twice. It depends on your luck. So there's a chance that such high amount of increase will even help you proc twice. Whereas a very low amount of increase from 33 to just 38 oops, 33 to just 38, there's a high chance that you might not, that this 5% increase might not even help you proc an extra node during its effect. So that's really it. This switch effect and technique, there's not really much to talk about, as they don't really have much use to them. As it's just her sole purpose is to help you cheese your SKT. Whereas if you are cheesing for SK or you are cheesing for SP and heal, you can also use her. Well, if you use, okay, also one more thing. If you use her in your SP or your heal team, you are actually sacrificing a little bit of SP or a little bit of heal for slightly more skill, for a better chance at scoring better in skill award. Yeah, just note that. So if you are going for like MVP, and if you want to go for MVP and you want to score better in the skill award, then maybe you can also go for that. Go for this one. A more stable results maybe. But ideally, if you want to go all out in SP or all out in heal, you don't really have to use her. And then the next card is fast Hanamaru. Okay. Remember what I said about fast healers? The only fast healer is Fruits Umi. Yeah, because this card is the only non-event natural defender. And oh my god, like this, and she's a shooter. The other event cards, two other event cards, event Nash. this is a shooter. This is also the shooter. This is a damage reduction, and this is no, there's nothing. Not it. Two of it are also shooters, so there's no healing you can get. The best healing you can get in the natural type is from Fast Hanamaru LSA. On tap, restore 10% of this card stamina. Then that's it. That's the only healing you can get. So really, and another thing, her offense is really not that bad at all. Like 9,000 offense for defenders is already a lot. Usually, many of the other cards, even like fast level cards, as you can see in the case of Fast Rina, it's 8,000. In the case of this one, it's 9. Wait, hold on a second. In the case of this, it's 9,000. This one's 6,000. This one's 8,000. Okay, this one is also that exception. So let's put it something like this. Yes, as you can see, this one's 8,000. This one just reached 9,000. This one is a skill type, so 8,000. This one is even lower. As you can see, like averaging from the pool of your healers, you can conclude that the ability to reach 9,000 appeal is already like a lot for a defender. Like 9,000 is like fast, a little bit like fast Mari, not maybe not fast Mari, but fast Rico's level of appeal. Her appeal is her frontline appeal. Her appeal is not bad, and she's the only natural healing source you can get for now for UR. So this card is really, I mean, right now she still stands really good as a very good natural defender, and I bet with her very good offense, she's not gonna get replaced that easily. Her good offense and her good defense, unless like let's say a power creep fast Mari or fast Yo2 for natural cards released, then by and it was that time then this card will be replaced. I can't. It's kind of hard for me to see a day where she will get replaced, but who knows. Very recently, the K-Live just released Fast Ring 2, and we already have hopes that they are finally taking care of a natural, they're finally giving a natural some good cards. So who knows? But for now, this card is the only card in natural uncontested. So if you get her, then good. You got yourself the only good natural defender in the game. Fast Mari, she's like the base of OP defenders. She's like the like most basic template of an OP defender. High appeal, 9,000 appeal is very high for a defender, and she has crit sense and healing, and she has heal, not shield, which means this one is like way better than what we think. Not what we think. She's like way better because she doesn't have the disadvantage of a skill where she requires to buff herself up. She needs some time to buff herself up. And you might say that she cannot restore healers. They cannot restore over the cap. Like it is limited by your max stamina, but there's very little chance that you really need that much stamina in the first place. So usually like this healing, the ability to get you back to full stamina is already enough of a sustain. Like I would say too much of a sustain. So anyway, the base template of a very OP fast defender is number 1, good appeal, good effective appeal. Number 2 is a healer. Number 3 has an offensive skill set, has a strong offensive skill set. Especially this appeal plus same strategy, you can see the exact same thing in Fast Yo2 and this thing, appeal plus Song Star. This is released in the earlier days, so it is RNG reliant, 30% chance to activate, and base appeal, but this is 5%. So some players who want to voltage ranking might choose to use this Fast Mari because for a chance to get double the amount from LSA instead of Fast Kanan. I mean, voltage ranking is all about keep resetting and getting the best results possible. So you can try and gamble for a better LSA for Fast Mari. A lot of the players still do that. So, and for that, I want to draw your attention to. Well, now I want to draw your attention to fast. I want to draw your attention to fast LE2. Yes. Also, I mean that I'll make this an exception. Make it an exception because like by the time the next rotation ends, it's gonna be a very long time, this rotation. So I'll talk about fast LE2 for now. What the difference of fast LE2 and fast CO2? Because right now I'm talking about fast Mari already. So healing. This thing, fast LE2 and fast CO2 has lower appeal but has a crit sense. As for Ellie, she has high appeal but no crit sense, and she has way better defense. So I would say the main difference between fast LE2 and fast Yo2 is one of it is a of course one of it is a healer, one of the other is a defense is a shooter, but LE2 has this stamina recall also, so she can kind of compensate of the disadvantage of a shooter. But I would say the main difference the other main difference you should know about fast LE and 2 and fast Yo2 is one of it is generally better at limit break 0. Ellie is generally better at limit break 0. Like in the case where there's no cap, because remember that she doesn't have crit sense, but she has higher appeal. But in the case of a Yo, she's better because she has crit sense at max limit break. Right here, she's better because she has crit sense, and not only that, she's this thing. I mean, in the case of such high limit break, this thing, and in the case of the end game levels, this thing is gonna buff the team by a whole lot, because every one single card every one of the frontline is just so buffed, super duper buffed. So I would say fast LE2 is generally better for like, let's say in an LB limit break 0, and Yo is better. Yo is better in limit break at a higher limit break. Yeah, if Ellie has crit sense, she's gonna heal too much. So you need that crit in order to heal. Yes, correct. But because like wait, okay, I also remember one thing. So it's just original in at a low limit break one, you just want as much appeal as you want in a single card. You just want to concentrate that, and buffing the others is good and all, but at this time it's like, if it for LSA active, it doesn't really buff a whole lot when you have like none of the other, when your cards are still like very 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 weak, very very low down there. So Yo's LSA maybe not, it's not as strong at lower one, and she's still very strong. I think she's still mainly dragged down. Sorry, she's still mainly dragged down by this. But still, she's like, fast Yo, even at limit break 0, she's not a force like to be she's still, you shouldn't underestimate her compared to fast LE2, because they're like just so close. Okay, there are cases where it's kind of hard for me to compare them when they're like so different. So it's just like this. Yes, it's just that if I'm what I just said was I'm just trying to think of a way to give like to separate them, to give a clear way to separate their users. Even though like max at max limit, she's and this Chika is still gonna do so well in an active song. It's still gonna be super duper powerful. It's just, if let's say maybe if, but let's say in the case where you're using something like you're using like max limit break card, and if you only are if you are only like using a single defender for every single song, like let's say right now I use Fast Mari for, if I need a frontline defender, I can only use Fast Mari. I don't have any other better defenders. Then Ellie is still a better choice if you are not matching attribute, I would say. Just because two of your other scorers, I think they're most likely gonna cap very well. So the point of the boost, the point of this boost, maybe it's just gonna boost herself. I always see that this Mari always have a problem of not hitting cap in like those songs, in the songs where when I didn't doesn't match her attribute, and it's really a problem in those cases where you don't cap. You really want a skill where you really want a card where you have a higher appeal. So too bad I don't have those two cards to compare. So all of it, what I said was just my own speculation from what I already know. But this is what that's why I speculate the most. But I cannot tell um if that's actually the case, or maybe even though Yo has trouble capping, or even Yo's appeal isn't that high and she's not matching attribute, maybe this active itself is enough to compensate every single thing. Maybe this active itself can carry her at max limit break. I don't know. I cannot test it myself. I'm just talking out of the speculations of from what I already know and try and differentiate this. So anyway, and I'm telling you this to all of you is, in case you guys get both two of these cards together, you kind of already have an image of what kind of like what's going to happen, so you what you should expect of them. And and if the result turns out to be the opposite, at least you know, okay, at least you know, okay, this card is what I speculated was actually not true. So maybe I was like, I give myself these kind of speculations just so it makes like separating both cards like even clearer. So okay, actually it's actually in this case it's actually this kind of a case. It's actually this case that okay, this will happen and therefore this happens. I'd like It's like doing an experiment. I give myself a hypothesis and I test it out, and I give myself a conclusion. Oh, okay, this is actually the case. This is not the case or something. So, but the thing is like generating a hypothesis like this. Okay, why am I talking about that? Why am I talking about a science? Yeah, just so you know, I'm a science student, so I have highly affected by that. Okay, this Fast Ruby. Fast Ruby, poor Ruby. She got replaced by Fast Kanan 2 in the future. Fast Kanan 2 has higher stamina. Fast Kanan 2 also has higher appeal. Slightly higher appeal, 777117650. Yep, slightly higher appeal, slightly higher stamina, and this one boosts same sub unit, but this one boosts same attribute. It's kind of hard to know the difference. How many of the same attribute cards are you gonna use? So subunit is not Chika Ruby. Subunit is not Shara, by the way. Subunit is it actually means strategy. It used to translate into subunit back when the back in the days when worldwide is not released. We don't know which is the correct term, so we use subunit. But it's actually means strategy. After they translate, it was like, oh, and this card this actually means strategy. It doesn't mean subunit. Okay. And but it was too late. Like some of us already have the image subunit inside, so we use we use both terms. So anyway, from this card, upon switching subunit reduces damage taken by 70% for the next 3 nodes. Okay. This is like situational, like Katsui no Hikari says, a good counter to Katsui no Hikari. But and this one, reduce stamina stream by 5% until appeal chance ends. So this thing, until appeal chance ends, it's like when you are in appeal chance, you want to clear it as fast as possible so you stop taking the stamina damage. But the thing is, this thing, it reduces stamina drain. But if you stop taking stamina damage, then it's not going to reduce anything, and that's the problem. So this LSA is really kind of really kind of bad, because in appeal chance there's a time where you clear the AC and then you stop taking damage. But still, it's not like Kanan's active is actually better, but at least like upon switching side, you need to reduce damage taken, so you get to control where you switch, control where you reduce the damage. But the thing is, Katsui no Hikari is a cleansable song, and like I told you, if it concerns switching sub units, this means it's gonna clash with your sub cleanser. And this thing only has twice per life, so switching away from your strategy and then switching into your strategy, there goes the entire LSA. So her LSA still isn't that useful, I guess. Both of their LSAs are. Don't expect too much of it. It's just this thing. Think of it. This thing is still the power creep of this, and this fast counter is still not really that desirable under normal circumstances, just because her appeal is just too low, and you usually don't need that high of a stamina, unless it's like Katsui level. Unless there's a damage node in the AC. Yeah. I mean, if that's the case, then that might help. That might help. Yes. Like let's say analog heart. Excuse me. In analog heart, like look at all of these damage. Boom, 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 boom. Like ouch, right? Like 1, 2, 3. How much? 10 nodes. Like, dude, 100,000 damage. You want us to take 100,000 damage? This analog heart is really hard on us. At least it's not hard on us on the gimmicks and all of the appeal chance effects as well. But in that case, yeah, maybe Fast Ruby would be better, because but you need to have her proc, of course. But I still kind of prefer Kanan's healing. I still kind of prefer Kanan's healing, because like the 5%, I think the 5% reduced damage is still it's gonna compensate it by Kanan's higher stamina. They released fast Kanan too fast, right? Yeah, I know, right? I couldn't pull for her, even though Kanan is my Oshi. Actually, I like Suwa, so I kind of support Kanan, and I also couldn't pull her because, like, goddamn, Kanan fast one. Why do they have to release so early, so fast? And oh, this thing. Finally, we're into fast Ayumu, and this card is a very special one, because she is uh she is like have everything on her, and they're basically jack of all trades. She has everything, but she's not the best of anything. Jack of all trades, master of none. She has the ability to overcome cap, which is supposed to make her a better scorer, but then there's skill type that pushes her down. And she is a crit sense, a scorer with crit sense. This means she's better in limit break 5, and she's not that as good as normal voltage type scorers at limit break 0. In the case where voltage cap is not a problem. Appeal plus seems cool. It's kind of limited, but you can kind of get it work. I mean, appeal plus and all, you can kind of get it work, I think. But the cool Nijigasaki cards is like fast eye and fast Karin. And the SP fillers, the cool SP fillers, they're not Nijigaku. They're not from Nijigaku. Now that's a problem. And finally, this stamina restoration. When a Pew Chan starts, restore 7.5% of this card's technique and stamina. Now, this card's technique 13,065. Let's make it like 15,000, just because there may be a little bit of 5, like this much. Okay, whoops, this much, just because maybe after like accessories and everything. Yeah, each AC is just gonna give like 1,000, about 1,000 stamina, and 1,000 stamina like AC start, like depending, like each one of the songs, they usually have like 5 ACs, so they're just gonna give like 5,000, about 5,500. So 5,500 stamina is definitely not a lot, like definitely not like stamina stick level or Princess Rico or Fluffy Cult Nico level. So this thing is definitely not enough as a backline shooter itself. But if is you, I can only see her in like some of these kind of easy songs where the damage is like a little, very little, and the notes, there's also very little notes, and you still somehow need a little bit more stamina. You can squeeze, and you don't want to put another backline filler, so you can use her. She's like because she has everything on her. But then again, in order to start using her, you need her at max limit break. Because this thing, because crit sense. She's a crit sense scorer, or else you are better off using fast eye or fast Karin. So it's just you need her at max limit, and also you need her at max limit break for this stamina to like at least have this stamina give enough stamina. Now that's also another problem. So this card is like, it's only usable when you get her to max limit break, and in songs that doesn't really have high enough damage, but you still need like a little bit of more sustain, and also in songs like in advanced songs where you cap. So let's say in a cool expert song, then no, Ayumu is not gonna be that good. Like her use is like extremely situational, I would say. And maybe the times like you can also use her is like maybe you put her in the back line to boost same school, but we all know same school is kind of situational. Nijigaku, you have to put for Nijigaku members. It's kind of hard to do that. You can kind of make this card work, but at first you should at least to get her to max limit break 5 before she becomes like decent. So I find it hard for her to utilize her, just because of how much resources I need to put into her. And the only good thing is it's not like fast Kotori and fast Nozomi levels of investment I need to do on Ayumu to finally use her. Oh my god. Poor Ayumu. Even your normal card, even your normal gacha card. Yeah, this one, even she scores better than your fast Ayumu. Even she scores better than this, like in most of the cases. Poor Ayumu. And this card, Fast Kasumi. Woo! This card, I would say the best SP filler. Currently, the best SP filler in the game. She has a very beautiful skill set, and there's only 3 fast SP fillers in this game, and Kasumi has the best stat. So that's why I say she's currently the best SP filler in the game. So it's like SP filling. If you SP filling is number 1, of course you have to have the skill. Number 2, you should have a very good set. This is like already enough to be considered. This is like the first card, the very first card you want to pull if you have like if you reach the part where you want to start overcoming cap. This fast Kasumi is the first card you want to pull. I mean, it's not a lot of you, but you can also pull this fast Kasumi for to be used as a normal scorer even though there are other scorers that works better than her at Limit Break 0. But if you have two of these, not this, sorry, this is fast Kanan. Okay, if you have fast Kanan, let's say, and this Setsuna, then this is the first card you want to get next, because getting an SP filler will help you break voltage cap a lot, way easier. And especially a lot of the songs, if you know, like usually we need like 30 notes to activate our SP, and maybe like with some bomber bonuses we use like 28 notes, but in some of the later songs it becomes very annoying, because you look at how short these ACs in betweens are. So it's like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15. It's like 15 notes in between. This is 15 notes, and then if the next AC comes, if it like with normal amounts of SP filling, there is no way you are going to get squeeze an extra SP gauge in between. It's like all of those SP gauge I use. Like if think about it, if you have if you enter the next AC with this amount of SP gauge and you don't have an SP filler, then it's not very likely that you can fill your SP gauge to full. And all of these much of SP gauge that you build up will just be wasted, because your SP gauge will instantly be full through your bracelet, be charged. So it's like having that one SP filler in your team makes a huge difference, because a lot of the songs in the later song they don't have like they don't have like 28 notes. Look at this, 14 notes, the disgusting 14 notes, and this one is even shorter. And maybe or sometimes like snow halation, yes. And I used to like play snow halation. I played snow halation and I full run in it, and this 25 notes. 25 notes is, yeah, it's pretty okay and everything, but it's this one. There's 12 notes. There is a chance that I can actually squeeze an extra SP out, because it's like I clear this as its AC with it in the first note. So it's like I start charging it from all the way here. Now this is 25 notes, but if I were to use normal without no SP type, then I would actually like clear the next AC when my SP gauge is almost full, because it's like not 28 notes, but it's 25 notes, just 3 notes away. And I just clear, because with the cards I have, I just clear SP so fast. It makes me waste a lot of SP gauge without an SP filling. But with the power of a single SP filler, you can change that. You can make all of the SP, claim all of those SP gauge that you deserve, that you earned. And this is the first card you should go for. And for Limit Break 0, for players with Limit Break 0, you get her. I mean, she's not gonna be useful for now. Maybe she'll be useful if you need like SP gauge fill for like early SP ACs. But trust me, you're not gonna regret it if you get her. Like once you reach the point of that you need to start overcoming cap. Well, there's nothing really much to say about this, other than she's a good shooter. She has, after passing an appeal chance, increased effective appeal for 5 notes. She's kind of a good stamina stick. She's kind of a good stamina stick because of this thing. After passing appeal chance, buff increases appeal for 3.5%. And then again, it's during AC success. So it's like during AC, because during AC there's a 1.1%. You gain 1.1% extra voltage. There's a 1.1 multiplier to it. So it's like during the AC is usually the time where you hit voltage cap way better, and you usually don't need more push to your appeal. And it is during this, and this because this thing activates during AC success, that I don't really like it having tied to ACs. But still, I mean, she still this thing is having an appeal up is always better than nothing. But you but overall this thing low frontline appeal and too much stamina, like very extremely low. It's just not a card that you really want to use. And even for a frontline, unless you really need that stamina. Like let's say you're a new player and you have really low team stamina, or let's say in the song called Aqua, where the damage is very low, and there's like you take a huge amount of damage, and then you heal it back, and then you also generate some shield, so you can take the other damage all the way for the entire song. Then this card is gonna be more useful, especially and also in like songs with low damages like this. It gives like a lot of time for shielders to buff up their shield because you don't reach yellow that easily. And once they buff up their shield, they can tank more damage in a later stage of the song. So it's like there's not really a lot of cases where you can use her, as she's kind of useful. So I mean after all, she's still limited by this very bad amount of appeal for a fast card. I already talked about her, right? But I mean, let's just do it again. Let's do it again. There's this card. I would say I actually like the idea of her of an SP bomber having more appeal than technique, because because it's usually new players who need like the SP bomb to pass the SP ACs, like in like Love It in this case for this attribute. And usually, and like I said, having a high crit rate, like having crit sense, is only more usable in at a higher limit break. But the thing is, at a high limit break, SP bombers become not that useful. So that's they kind of clash with each other. At limit break 0, having a higher appeal really helps. And if it's like, let's say fast read, just now the fast read, where is it? Yeah. So if it's the case of a fast read, so let's say at limit break 0, you need her at limit break 0 to help you clear the lead, like I Love It. But because she's a crit rate, she's a crit one with crit sense, she doesn't really do as well at scoring as like normal other higher appeal and voltage type scorers. But and at max limit break, having crit sense is a benefit, but her SP skill, this SP bomb, becomes redundant. So it's like he's good. Her stat are that good. Her SP skill is good at limit break 0, and her crit rate is good at this, but this one becomes redundant that you no longer use this card anymore. But at least this carding right here is more defined. It's more defined towards like this card is like solely way better at limit break 0. Very focused on what she can do. Well, except for the fact that this thing, she has a like lower scaling. That's the only bad thing about it. Like she is the first card in the pool, and I think that's the reason why she has the lower scaling and everything. They haven't truly defined how good a fast card should be. They didn't give her a better scaling than a normal card. This is the only thing I feel like it's bad. It's bad about fast card because of that lower scaling. Other than that, I'd say this is actually a really good concept card. Really good card for a new player, and especially I can especially see this in the new Fast Yoshiko. See, high appeal, higher appeal, the no crit sense, voltage boost, and not only that, they also made her passive better active. Well, she kind of the only bad thing about this is she came really late into the meta. That we now have fast Kanan, fast Setsuna. But still, I mean, looking at this template, this right here, I really like the idea of this card. Like having she's just that card giving that card if it's someone with Limit Break 0 who gets it and they can help them clear songs like it love it way better because of those SP bombs, pesky SP bombs. Maybe it's like maybe this game like deserves one card like this for each attribute, but I don't think I want more of that. So maybe like each attribute have one card of this kind. High appeal, voltage bomb, and maybe a good passive and active or something, and then just stop. The game doesn't really want more. Like give away that's because it most of the time most players is just gonna progress, and these kind of cards will become redundant. So they're best to release just one of each attribute and then stop. It's kind of like the same over Party Eye. Party Eye is also like more Limit Break 0 focused due to her accessing more slots. And also yeah. Speaking of this Yoshiko UR, I think I should talk about this Yoshiko UR because why not? This Yoshiko UR, this active right here, it can be very good because like if it actually helps you gain an extra SP gauge, if it actually allow you to squeeze an extra SP gauge, then it's very good because this thing activates at the beginning of the abuse chance, not abuse chance completion. So this means it won't clash with bracelets. And it is usually at the beginning of abuse chance where like you're just a little bit away from charging the gauge, and boom, this thing gives you a little bit extra kick, and then you activate your SP and clear the AC. That scenario it sounds really good, right? That kind of scenario. Well, but I would say this active LSA it's only useful if you have a lot of control in your SP gauge through your SP gauge. Okay, if you can control your SP gauge really well, and by that I mean you have lots of SP fillers. Usually it's like using a 3 SP filler front line and using a fast Emma backline to utilize um, her LSA, and also using like the accessory Kasumi crown and the piano and the new piano to boost more, to give a little bit more, or even cards like this Hanamaru. If activated at the beginning of a life, act 10% of appeal to SP gauge, or let's say Rina. Yeah, this kind of thing. Or even they can also use Kanan, where they can also use Cheer Kanan. That legendary. They can also have the ability to use that SP skill. Like they have the mega super duper mega whales have lots of ways they can manipulate their SP skill. And it is these kind of in these situations that you can make the most out of this active. You need to have a lot of control to your SP type because this amount 1% of your own appeal is not a lot. So it's not a world of difference. So let's say her appeal. Let's say you were to use her as a backline, like same attribute because at max number you wouldn't use her at frontline because of this. So use her as a backline. So let's say she has like at max this much appeal. She gives only 250. Like we need like the maximum gauge is 6,000. The maximum amount is 6,000 and in expert is 7,200 and it's 250. So that's really a problem. That's really not a lot of SP gauge. So you need like a lot. You need to be able to control your SP gauge by a good amount before you can find her very good. And also there's also another thing where voltage ranking. Do you know voltage ranking? You can actually play story stages, and some story stages actually gives better results than if you play like normal advanced slots. Because these kind of story stages, you see this advanced level story stages, Like, let me give you an example. Kimi Koko. I played that. Yes. These kind of story stages, you see. They have a way smaller SP gauge size. 3600 SP gauge size. And their damage is basically non-existent. Some of this. You see this one. It's 70 damage per node. So it's very safe to use 3 scores in the front line. So in this case, if there's a possibility that a story stage has higher has a better you can farm it, you can get better voltage from it than if you were to play advanced. So in this case, like in the smallest SP gauge 250 is more. It's relatively higher. It fills up the more percentage of the SP gauge. So maybe in those cases, the whales they will find this active even more useful, even better. But then again, all of those is like voltage ranking. All of those is more of a whale and an end game type of play. And 250, I wonder if 250 will actually help you in like my own fairy tale or any song that requires a better fast AC, fast SP. I hope it does. I mean, man, I think I forgot to read the comments for a long time, but it seems like it's very good. You're chatting among yourselves. I like it. I like that you're also chatting among yourselves. Not just this is my first time of doing a stream, and all of these things are really new to me. I guess this is supposed to happen in a normal stream, but I don't really watch a lot of streams. So anyway, next one, fast eye. Okay. Fast eye is just a typical voltage scorer, pretty much just like fast Yoshiko, fast Nico. Similar things because this one voltage gain, a few plus sim attribute, a few plus as an LSA also, and this and really good, really typical stat. This is like the same thing all over again with fast Nico 2. Just cannot break voltage cap. That's it. She's very good in Layer Break 0 and at Layer Max Break 5 you might want an SP filler. Like maybe it's something like yeah, this card. Something like this, she will definitely do better than a fast eye in the case of an advanced song at max break. Yeah, where you have the voltage cap. Too bad, there's not really a lot to talk about this. Now this one. And this one, this card is a very good defense front line at level break 0 and also a very good back line for all levels. She's like usable all across. She's just the best backline support you can ever get. A P plus all, a P plus during AC, all this thing. The LS, remember I told you about the LSA and she has the 5%. She has the 5% LSA. Holy yes. 5% LSA. These kind of a P plus LSA for the rest of the song is the best. So I want to talk about this thing, EX. So it must buff appeal by this percent. When you see this kind of EX, this kind of special skill, what does it mean? It just means that it's kind of calculated separately from like other appeal plus skills. So let's say this. You have a skill, you have an appeal skill that increased by 9%. And then you also use another skill that increased by another 7%. So if two skill activates at once, they do stack, but the way they stack is if they're just normal appeal plus skills, like let's say yeah, these kind of appeal boost, you see? Yeah, this, you see, this 6.2% plus 9%. So if both of them, wait, hold on, were to activate, you will get a final boost of this, 15.2. But if let's say a thing of 9%, like let's say Kanan's 9% and Kanata's 7.2% activates, and her skill is a special skill EX, instead of adding it, it's multiplied. So you get a 9% boost. You get like something 10,000 times the amount you get is 1.09 times 1.072. Yes, this is the amount you get. They are multiplied instead of added. Wait, is this the correct? Wait, I don't think I entered the correct equation. Hold on a second. Wait. No, this is correct. So this is the amount, 1.09 plus 1.072. If I were to add that together, 1.16848. No. My god, why am I so bad? Yeah, there we go. Why did it take so long? Okay, 1.162, like 1.16. Just now it was 848. So as you can see that the final number you get from here is actually longer. It's actually better. Sorry, better if you separate them. So 1.09 times 1.072. 1.16848 instead of 1.162. So it's because this special skill is calculated separately. It's taken out separately. Yeah, multiplied instead of added. That's why it's only slightly better. Slightly better. In the end, they are still a Q plus, and they still can't overcome cap. And if let's say there are two EX skills like this. This is one EX skill, and the other EX skill is is this EX skill. Let's say if two of those EX skills added together, it's still like two of those EX skills, if they happen together, it's still going to be 7.2 plus 7.2. So if she activates 7.2, and if she activates 7.2, and let's say if they affect everyone, okay, then everyone is gonna get 14.4% from EX skill. And so the calculation, if let's say somebody got a 9%, and Kanata and your proc, both of them proc, and let's say their skill affects everyone. So the calculation would be 1.072 plus 1.07. No, 1.072. Sorry, 1 plus. Wait, 2 times. Okay, just make it 2 times. Yeah. So compared to this, it's like, so what I mean is EX skill, they are separate from your normal type of appeal boost. So this kind of thing, these two things, these two EXs are added together, and these normal type of appeal boosts are added with normal type of appeal. Okay, wait. Can you guys see me? Oh wait, okay. It's my stream is still fine. Okay. So anyway, because like it's very hard to access these kind of skills. Like we don't see these kind of skills anymore in the future. So these kind of EX skills, they are kind of slightly better, but even though like don't overestimate it. Okay, then in the end they're still a P plus, and they're still they still cannot overcome cap. But I just want you to know what this EX means. but in case if they actually revive it in the future, who knows? But there's this mechanic in the game. That Kanan is incredible. Yeah, she's basically like a god tier backline. That backline I don't have her, and if Niji Banner ever comes back, I am sparking for her, for sure this time. Fast Setsuna, what can I say except she's uh she's the first one who made the difference, and she's the one that made Fast Kanan possible, I would say. That's it. That's it. Like dot active, overpower, OP, OP skill, OP passive, OP frontline, OP this. That's it. It's just Setsuna and Kanan and Fast Kasumi 2 and Fast Rin 2 have the power to brute force every single song in the game and even help you brute force voltage ranking. Like you can reliably get like T500 in JP if you have two of it and then use a good third scorer and then reset properly. You can reliably get that. But this thing, it's just Fast Setsuna, Fast Kanan, Fast Rin 2, Fast Kasumi 2. They're just so powerful. It's just everybody should really draw them. I'm not saying this isn't really healthy for the meta, but some it's not like every single player wants to like really get into the game and figure everything out. Like sometimes this, so who knows? Is it a good thing this card is in the game? Maybe, maybe not. Finally, this card. This card. First up, she's a queen of SP. So because of this LSA, so she is a must-have in the SPL team, cheese team. Number 2, her appeal is low. Her appeal is like very low. She has like insane amount of crit rate, but her appeal is kind of low. Then it's kind of hard to get her to hit the cap. But she is still like she's still like very usable, and she's still also one of my. She's also the SP filler I choose for my natural frontline. It's just her appeal, her low appeal is kind of sad, but her main focus is definitely her SP gauge filling. She fills up so great because of this thing, and it's usually whales who use it. And to reach the point where you can start using this SP gauge, it requires you to have very good backline, because this thing it procs on strategy switch, because you'll be needing to switch away from your strategy for her to proc, and that doing so that you switch away from a main strategy and then you lose a lot of score from switching away. So the thing is, number 1, you can't afford to switch away from a strategy for many times. Usually it's perhaps like I only allow myself to like switch away once and then switch it back, so 2 times. And hopefully that it is proc 1 time and then to get me an extra SP. And number 2, it's like your backline has the cost of your backline, like your appeal boosters has to be like very strong also, for like so that you don't lose that much score when you switch away from your main strategy. So it's usually this fast Kanan and not so fast Kanan, sorry, initial Kanan and fast Kanata. So it's like this card, her, and her, that you put it in the same strategy, and then you switch to this strategy. So you put fast Kanata and this one in the same strategy so that you don't lose that much points, and you put this one in the same strategy as them just so you hope that she procs her SP. So, like I said just now, for the same thing as Fast Yoshiko 2, in order to use her this thing very well, you should have a lot of variability in your SP gauge game. It's just this thing, the SP variability, this one gives like the highest amount of SP gauge. So maybe there's a larger chance that a single switch will help you squeeze out an extra SP. So you don't need to like reach at such as high reach as high to use her this effectively compared to if let's say Fast Yohatu. But still, you still need to reach quite high. Like even in my level, it's still not good to use her just because I don't have like max limit break buffed up backline. It's you really need to reach like a really good point before she starts becoming useful. It's just I can't afford to switch away very often, and if I can't switch very often, that means there's lower variability, I have lower control to my SP gauge, and therefore I have smaller chances to squeeze out an extra SP if I can only switch like for very few times. So it's like I want you to be conscious of exactly when a player can start using her, because a lot of times if you misuse her, you're gonna score way lower than you than you can if you just use your front line properly, stay in your front line for the entire song. Two strategies with good frontliners, yes, or maybe because this natural this Kanan and this Kanan and this and Kanata are already originally very good frontliners, so that's why switching to them doesn't cause you to lose too much. But except if you can get them to max limit break, of course, that's also another problem. Final, just my advice: be very conscious of when you can start using her. And fast Rina, fast Yoriko, and that's it. That's it. I already talked about both of these cards because I want to use these cards as a comparison with the other fast cards, and I also talk about them. That's the entire fast. That's the entire fast. So maybe if you want, I can also talk about like final these new cards. But yeah. New cards. The only fast number 2 card I also talk about a lot because when I reference them, I reference all of them, and in the end I just not this one though. This one, yeah, you can just safely ignore her. I'm sorry, Shiriko, but you can, everyone. This fast Kasumi right here. Okay. So this fast Kasumi right here. Just remember that she is the weakest among the 4 OP cards, OP voltage scorer in the game. So the first one is Kanan, the second one is Rin, the third one is Setsuna, and this one is Kasumi. And I dare say the Setsuna and Kasumi difference is maybe not much. I'm not sure. Okay, I don't know the exact numbers, and they are different attributes, so it's a little bit hard to compare. But I can safely say that this Kasumi is the weakest among the 4. But like, come on, she's still borderline. She's still the borderline and borderline OP scorer, and like she's still an OP scorer. Like if you get her, it's still a huge blessing. And of course she performs better in elegant songs than all the other cards. And that's it. That's it. Oh my god, I ranted all about the mechanics of this game for like 3 hours straight. 3 hours and almost 3.5 hours straight. I wonder how all of you sit through all of that. You know, it's like listening to a lecturer talk about blah 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 blah. Talk about facts. And I think I kind of over explained everything. So this is not like a short video. Anyway, this is my first stream, and I'm also not very good at reading the chat because I get so into explaining what I'm saying that I ignore a lot of the chat. Hello Kubo and stream. yeah, thank you. Yeah. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it so much. So maybe something feedback. I don't know. This is my first trial stream, and I really want to I want to know if I should like shorten up my stream or something. I thought my stream is supposed to be like long and everything, but I don't know. I don't really watch stream, and I also never streamed before. So maybe I'll I'll just stop my stream right here. Oh my god. Thank you all so much. Like all, I think there was 20 of you, right, for watching the stream, and I don't know if any one of you is gonna watch the replay because it's like 3 hours long. But anyway, thank you for all of you. Look out, Lewis only stick it between my legs. Softness, the Janus, Pink Yin, Namin Cafe, Rhetoric, Ngan Nguyen Tan. Oh, okay, I'm not sure if I got it right or I butchered it. And there was let me just scroll up and see who X Dank XD X Dank Memer and Newbie Des. And I'm sorry if I missed any one of you. Namin Cafe I already said right. Namin Cafe and the instincts Angel and it's kind of hard to thank everyone. So Yefta Lionheart, Taufik Hidayat, Polka Dotty, Minako Aino, Tyrone Emora, Rinsan, Divine Brown, Tester, Softness already, wait, Minako Aino or Alpha, Shadow Victory, Q, Unabala, it's me, Mario. Yeah, sorry, I just have to do that. Jendo, Aya, Q, Unabala, Nashida, Gragnier, Shadow Victory, Jose. Did I repeat that? I don't know. Aya, Courtney, and yeah, that's it. That's everyone who I think that's everyone who watched my stream. Sorry if any one of you, if I missed any one of you. But anyway, thank you so much for watching my stream today. I hope you really enjoy it, and maybe I'll see you all in the next fast rotation. I hope if you guys want, you can maybe give a feedback like under the comments in the replay of this stream. So I really appreciate it if I get any feedback. So anyway, thank you so much and have a good day.